What's good, everybody?
Yo, what up?
We're back again.
Yo, what up? It's Bobby.
And it's Pota.
And, oh my god, this movie is one that made me
This is
really...
the cornerstone. This is the cornerstone of this whole podcast.
Yeah.
Exactly.
This started it.
Yeah,
this started the idea of doing a podcast.
This movie is so bad that this is what culminated this whole idea.
Yes. This is a perfect movie to describe what this podcast is about. It's about this it's just so fucking bad. And it's just made. I don't even know.
You
how
want to tell the
describe it.
listeners what the movie is first?
Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot. It's XXx fucking Return of Xander Cage. No one asked him to return. Nobody asked for this.
We were glad he died.
We were glad he was gone.
He died.
You know, nobody asked for this. My God. So this.
I was even pissed when they brought him back and he looked like Ice Cube.
Oh my. Oh yeah. You got facial reconstruction. But yeah, when I saw this movie, this is what really sparked it to this. We have to. People need to know. This can't be. We can't let this happen.
We can't let it happen.
No.
Studios are putting. They're putting in multi-million dollars into these movies. Why?
You could have literally just shit on a pile of money and that would have been better than wasting.
You could have made a fucking awesome movie for a fraction of the price of what it cost to make that. For fuck's sake.
Yeah. So this is the pinnacle of shitty movies that really got us wanting to do this. Yeah. We've always watched shitty movies growing up and laughed.
And granted, we're not the really type. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not the type that likes the Fast and Furious type movies where it's just completely over the fucking top. I used to like the first one was it.
3.
Yeah.
No, not even Tokyo Drift is actually pretty stupid.
Yeah. First two Fast and Furious.
Even though Lil Bow Wow was in it.
Tokyo Two Fast and Furious is cool because it was here, it was local.
And then they started pushing it.
And then after Tokyo Drift,
and then it evolved to The Rock and now punching missiles.
Yes. And remember he had a broken arm.
I haven't seen the last one.
You ripped out of it?
Yeah, I haven't even seen the last one.
I refuse.
But okay, so let's get back on Xander Cage because I know what people are thinking too. They're like, oh, it's not for you. Maybe it's for kids that are younger. But I'm like, this is not a kids movie because that woman that's talking all this kumquat safe word wanting to fuck, this is not made for fucking kids. So this is made for people that have a brain and can think. You know what I mean? Because no fucking child is watching this.
I counted. I counted Xander Cage's fuck count.
He fucks
7.
Those girls. He smashed a room full of girls.
He has to. He has no choice. He has to smash
7 only because he didn't fuck kumquat.
Oh,
he would have had 8 if he fucked.
I can't wait to come. Okay.
All
right. That was nice. All right. Let's just. Okay. I'm gonna give a description. And this is XXx Return of Xander Cage. Right. This is the newest one. It came out in 2017. Wait, it's PG-13. This movie.
What?
Oh my God. All right. So after coming out of self-imposed exile. It's like nobody wanted you here. Daredevil operative Xander Cage, Vin Diesel, must race against time to discover a sinister weapon known as Pandora's Box, which has been the plot device in every fucking movie. So many. What is this called? Like a MacGuffin? Where it's there's a plot device where it's
I've never heard of that term before.
No, it's something that they have to get that drives the plot. You know what I mean? That's only there to drive the plot.
007 movie where that
guy, perfect.
Okay,
the knock list. The knock list. Oh my God, the fucking secret agent's name out. Yeah, so it's always this. This has been in every movie, so the same thing. But this guy skateboards on fucking moving buses. All right, a device that controls every military satellite in the world. Oh my God, nice fucking plan for a weapon. Recruiting a new group of thrill-seeking cohorts, including a DJ, Xander finds himself entangled in a deadly conspiracy that points to collusion at the highest levels of government. Yo, thank you said that. I forget to say if you're expecting non-spoilers, get the fuck out of here.
You shouldn't be watching
fucking
it.
Spoiling every
people who have either watched it or don't give a shit about getting spoiled.
Or you think the movie's gonna suck anyway, so you listen to this first to see how bad it is before you go see it.
So if you're mad that we're spoiling everything, shut the fuck up.
You're watching a movie.
Yeah. Alright?
Don't fucking click that shit.
Yeah.
You better subscribe to that shit anyway and then leave and then never come back.
Exactly.
Don't watch our shit. No, watch it.
Alright, so it's directed by DJ Caruso. So let's see.
2 DJs
this guy,
in this movie.
Yeah. Let's see what other movies he
looks
made.
like he touches kids.
XXx, I Am Number 4, Disturbia, Eagle Eye, The Disappointment, this movie, Taking Lives, 2 for the... Okay, nothing else really. I mean, Eagle Eye...
His main one is the
Disturbia I enjoyed.
Yeah, but it was 2007. I was a 17-year-old kid. I didn't know anything. I didn't even have sex, I think, at that point. I mean, if it was early 17. Because at late 17, I smashed. That's so straight.
Eagle Eye was interesting,
I'm still a virgin.
Yeah. We know. Don't tell the listeners.
Shit.
All right. Okay, so that's basically it. So let's just start getting into it because I can't wait. All right. So it opens up, right? So it opens up to a nice satellite, a nice satellite intro, and the credits are so long.
I had to fast forward.
Yeah,
I had to fast forward. I couldn't do it. They're 6 minutes long.
Bro,
what credits am I?
What?
No one I watched.
You got lucky.
Oh, that's why yours was so fucking short.
Yeah, you're right. Because we talked about, he's like, yeah, it was like an hour and 50 something. I was like an hour and 40.
I was like, it was almost 2 hours. Like, no, it was only an hour and 40 minutes. I'm like,
47 minutes.
Holy shit. So that means the intro is like 10, 15 minutes long.
Yes. Because it's just like, you know, there's satellites. It's just like a thing of
just,
satellites.
It's like literally just cut to the satellite going and going.
Stupid.
And then burning up.
Did you guys notice how far away the Earth's atmosphere is, apparently?
Yes.
What do you mean?
You noticed when it started pulling in the satellite? Bro, it was so fucking far away.
No way, I didn't even notice.
Glowing and burning up like...
Yeah. Glowing, burning up already. It's like, how is it already hitting the atmosphere?
I didn't even notice. Oh my God.
It's still in orbit. It's still in orbit. It moves like 10 feet and then instantly goes burning up. It's like, dude.
I don't know the science behind it, but I'm sure NASA
Make
can poke
one
some fucking holes in
call.
there.
Make one phone call.
All right, how close should the satellite be before it starts burning up?
Yes. All right.
4 million light years away? Sure, I'll do that. Like, no.
It's not even a phone call. You could do the math. The equations are there.
So you can literally go, it starts burning up once it gets into like Earth and shit. Like.
So after this terrible physics of stuff, the satellite starts burning up way far out of the atmosphere. So and then it cuts to when we meet Samuel L. Jackson, which is from the prior movies, and he starts. Bobby, I couldn't wait to talk to you about this. He starts talking about fucking skateboarding.
XXx.
Hold on. He starts talking about skateboarding. He starts going about like Dogtown and Z-Boys. Oh, these pools in California. I'm like, you fucking kook. You don't know fucking skinny. I'm sitting there like, I couldn't wait to talk to you about it. Like, this fucking
in
kook.
76, and then this is the
you
best
need
part.
to skate a pool like, oh my God.
Me and Evan have been fucking skating for like 20 years.
Yeah, exactly.
So
that's our lives. That's our lives.
Yeah. I haven't, but they have.
I wonder how
he's
you
part of the-
perceived
well,
it. I couldn't stand when he was talking about it.
I blew right past it.
Fucking kook.
So, yeah,
I was
like,
more focused on his terrible speech and how at the end of every sentence was, that's XXx.
Bro, and his demeanor was completely different from like the first movie.
That's why XXx.
You know what I'm
saying?
saying?
Like, what the fuck does that mean? How does that make sense? That's why XXx.
I put
what do you mean?
I put why XXx with question marks. Why XXx?
Dude,
yeah.
so
yeah, he gets on skating. He's spitting out facts that don't even. Like, you're trying to be the most extreme. This guy that can do any extreme sport. Get on a skateboard, fucking dirt bike, fucking anything.
I literally wrote "fuck Sam Jackson" in the
dog, it was so bad.
I'm glad he wasn't in
Sorry,
it for.
dude, like, the guy's
he's there
king,
for the first minute and then the last minute. I'm glad he was there.
I'm glad we got hit by a satellite. Oh, wink.
Terrible.
All right, we meet Sam Jackson, and he's talking to and the whole reason he's doing this is he's giving the spiel to a new candidate.
Fucking Neymar Jr.
Oh, he's actual soccer player.
He's like one of the best.
Bro, he was so bad. This whole
€259
scene literally made me fucking angry. So he's sitting there talking to him. He's like trying to recruit him, and the guy's like, I'm the hero, you know what I mean? So Sam Jackson's like...
Speaking in Portuguese and there's no subtitles and you have no idea what the fuck he's saying.
Yeah. So Sam Jackson's like, oh, okay, cool. So he just gets up, starts going out, and some guy just comes in with a shotgun and starts holding the place up. Oh, you know what I mean? So he starts holding it up, and the fucking soccer player, he grabs a napkin dispenser, he throws it, he knees it, he starts to hacky sack it, bounces it off his knee, kicks it,
volleys that shit straight to the dude's face.
And he knocks him out.
Instantly.
And then Sam Jackson continues to go, go! Like a fucking loser. It's like, what the fuck is going on? Why? Goes, why is this happening?
I thought you weren't a hero.
Yeah. It's like, and the guy's like, he's trying to act all cool. It's like, who the fuck wrote this? Like, why would you do this? The first thing that you think of is like, okay, I'm gonna hacky sack a fucking napkin container and like kick him in the face. Like, it's the dumbest thing.
And they set this up so this guy just got kicked. What if he got shot in the face? You just put an actor in there
they don't
like,
care.
What is the idea of having a professional soccer player join your fucking secret government operation?
How often are you gonna be able to kick napkin containers into the bad guy's heads?
Like, all right,
he kicks Neymar, do something. Nah, there's no napkins.
Yeah, like what the fuck? He's useless.
I can't kick anything.
He's like, what the fuck?
All right, guy, he's a soccer player. Tie his legs up. All right, there you go. You just defeated XXx.
Just throw the little fucking bola.
Yeah. around his ankles, and that's it.
Like, I understood the fact, okay, you have this daredevil guy, so he doesn't care. I get it. He doesn't give a shit. He's ready to do shit. You know, so it doesn't matter. So that could translate in maybe some crazy spy, crazy shit. But having a fucking soccer player, it's like...
Doesn't make sense.
It makes literally none.
His skill set cannot... He has no benefit from his skill set to do this, like, job.
Granted, he has a higher skill set than the characters that ended up on the team. So keep that in mind.
Oh my god, you're right.
He does.
Let's hurry to get this. Yeah, so that happens, and the satellite comes down, and it fucking crashes, explodes the whole place. Thank God, this scene is over.
Fireball, they're gone.
All right,
they're both dead.
So then
they're dead.
All
right. So
it cuts to a chick sneaking into some place.
Yes.
What does
So
that mean?
yeah. So they were in that one building. They were gonna have this secret meeting.
Oh yeah, the secret meeting.
Talking about Pandora's box, and you see this dude. He's all sinister looking. So you immediately know, all right, this guy's the fucking bad guy for sure.
We don't need any more evidence.
It's this top secret meeting with all these people that. What exactly do they control again?
I don't know.
They control the satellites in
they
space.
Do?
Yeah. They're the ones
That's
who.
all they do.
Yeah. There was like this small committee of people. And while they're having this top secret meeting, all you see Donnie Yen. Is that his last name?
Yes. God.
Oh my God.
Hold on, first off, let me comment before this. The woman leading it, which our lead bad guy,
God.
she is such a weird looking woman. I feel so bad.
I don't
she is so weird looking.
They literally focus on her face.
Very exotic. I couldn't.
Would you just say exotic?
What movie is she in?
Yeah, I wouldn't say exotic. I'd say
she's
weird.
She's in a bunch of movies.
The one who did this. Hold on, the one who.
No,
actress.
Our main bad woman.
Oh yeah, no,
yeah.
She's an
in
awkward
other
woman.
movies she's good, but in this movie.
But okay, so go on. Donnie Yen, fucking god. Yeah, go.
That's his name, right?
I know. Yeah, Donnie Yen's the main karate guy.
Oh,
the
Ip
one.
Man.
Ip Man. Yeah.
I was like, oh my God.
So you see him walking on top of a building, and he's like crouching down, looking down. Oh no, he's running. Right. So he's sprinting on top of a building, and then he jumps off the building.
The fucking Flash. He looks like he's running 80 miles per hour.
He jumps off the building. They said how far he jumped later on in the movie. It was a 90-foot drop.
Wait, what?
No, yeah.
It was. He said it was a 90. XXX said it was a 90-foot drop. Look, I had it at 60 at first. I rewrote it. It was 90.
You went back to check.
Because he said
He said 90.
Like 60-foot drop.
Because they were like
later on.
Yeah, reimagining the whole fucking what they did. Yeah. He drops 90 feet on top of a glass ceiling, shatters it, and lands on a table. Perfect.
Bro, yeah. And then he just goes, he lands in there, and then he begins to murder like 30 people. He begins to do some...
Everyone is armed.
They're armed! And he starts doing some Equilibrium shit. Bro. You remember Equilibrium, the movie?
Yes.
He starts doing some fucking gunjutsu.
Gunjutsu, yes, that's exactly what it looked like. It's karate with weapons.
They do a bunch of that. And then everybody has
like
guns.
Posing. Like,
yes,
bro,
they do that throughout the movie. Everybody's got gunjutsu.
Nobody shot him unless he looked at him first.
Yeah.
Like, and they're all sitting there.
You know it's on.
He looks to the right, stares the guy in the eyes. He raises his gun before he raises the gun, then he just shoots him. So it's like,
and he makes really he beats a guy up with his jacket, and then he makes really weird poses. He's
like he knew that's what he was gonna do.
Yeah.
So he gets on the table, he's beating some ass. He punches some dude immediately. He's gonna take off his jacket. His very next move, wrap the other guy's hand with the jacket. I know what I'm doing. I choreograph this all the time.
How would that tighten enough to do that? And this guy, then he starts doing shit like he must have greased himself before he came in here. Because at one point the table is about 30 feet long, and he starts shooting, and he kicks off, and he starts sliding back again across the table while shooting. So either that gun is making him fucking fly back 30 feet, or what? And he begins to slide later on too. After that, he slides again through another door. It's like, did you grease yourself up, Donnie Yen? What the fuck is going on?
The table.
Yeah.
Literally, I have it written down in my fucking notes too. I was like, is this guy fucking? Did he wax himself up?
Yeah,
he waxed up.
It's crazy.
I'm like, he literally just drops to his back, just falls onto his back, and then just goes and just slides 40 feet.
Insane.
I've never seen anybody slide that far.
It doesn't make sense.
He doesn't even run. He has no momentum running forward. He literally goes straight to his back and
literally. Imagine if you sat on the edge of a table, laid on your back, and then just pushed off the floor. Yeah. And imagine if you shot 30 feet. It's not who was the director or the person?
That's what I'm trying to think. It's did they think of physics?
I don't
at
think
all
so.
This guy was
Ip Man
before, so he can do crazy mind-bending fucking skills.
Doesn't make sense.
Is he Neo? He's gonna fucking bend a spoon?
I feel like they played people's characters from other movies as them in this. They're the way they acted was exactly the way they've acted in another movie. They used their I don't know.
Oh, of course. No. I know what you mean. Like an Expendables type shit. Where
they're the same character. No matter what the fuck.
Yeah, that badass dude or whatever.
Same shit.
But you guys also notice Michael Bisping?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, of course. And he's in it. And he
says 2 words and it's horrible.
No, he says a few words. They suck. They all suck. But he said a few.
Yeah, but his performance was probably the one that I enjoyed the most.
I was gonna say, as compared to the other actors.
When he was kicking that dude's ass, he was like, "You're gonna beat me with a book? What the fuck?" And he grabs it, he starts hitting him in the throat. I thought that was pretty dope. Okay, so that dude can legit whoop ass. So props off to Michael Bisping's the man.
Yeah,
acting no, but no, it wasn't that bad. It was alright. Alright, so then the team gets what they came for, and then when they walk outside, they meet another part of the team, and it's this fucking loser Asian kid that screams and he makes weird noises.
I have him as Mohawk man with Tourette's.
Who was he goes
like some Michael Jackson kind of
why?
little
slides
weird.
and little pop.
Moving around
He's
swiftly, like popping and lock. But like,
yeah,
who was okay? Like, who gave him that direction? They were like, all right, just start going
like
and making noise.
This is your character. He's like, you know what? I want to add this element to my character.
Did he bring it?
Nah,
you think he brought it?
You're like a breakdancing,
right?
You're like a breakdancing, hip hop kind of karate kind of guy.
He also does the kung fu movie too. Fucking Bang something. He was like some Filipino fucking.
Bangkok Dangerous.
Is
that even a movie?
I can figure it out. He's a crazy martial artist too. He's actually legit.
He's a fucking loser.
But,
oh my god, talk about it. Talk about it.
It's like Grand Theft Auto. You run straight. He literally
physics don't apply.
They're playing chicken.
Yeah.
It's a guy on a motorcycle, like a motorcycle on the sidewalk.
And Mohawk Tourette's man going on a full sprint.
He's pop locking it.
He's pop locking the whole time.
That boy getting it. That boy getting it. He's getting it right now. He's popping it down the sidewalk.
Feeling himself for sure.
It's like a Michael Jackson music video. This man popping it all the way down the street, and then he looks. The guy just starts fucking doing a burnout in his motorcycle. Typical movie. That's how you get that. That's how you start getting
That's intimidation.
That's intimidation. You gotta start the stare down with the burnout.
Yeah, that's the mind game right there.
Like,
that's
oh
the mind
shit, he's doing a burnout. Oh fuck, I can't run it. So they fucking run full speed at him. Guy takes off on the bike on the sidewalk, full speed at him, does a wheelie. This fucking dude jumps like 15 feet in the air.
Drop kicks him.
Flies literally parallel to the sidewalk. Drop kicks him off the motorcycle, and then him and the motorcycle land like at the same time from the wheelie.
As if he was fucking driving it in the first place.
As he was the one doing the wheelie. And then he lands and just goes straight and just cruises on.
Doesn't make
Does he practice
like
that?
if you drop kicked him, the motorcycle would go forward.
Like you play Grand Theft Auto when you go steal somebody's motorcycle. If you're running straight at him, he runs and does that exact move. He drop kicks him, lands on the bike, and you take off.
And then okay,
not to the extent that this guy did.
So he did it more insane, more elaborate than a video game. And then he goes and he goes in front of the other team and like he skids and then he does a zoom and he goes hey, and he gets one more in and then
like head jerk.
Imagine the next if that was a real in real life that dude did that and look what's the next scene like?
Like if you're across the street buying a little fucking hot dog and you just see that happen, you're just like, what is wrong with this guy?
Your boy did that. Gets the bike.
Or if you met someone like that.
And then he just gets off the bike and you're just all the whole crew is standing there.
Don't do that again.
What if you met him at the bar or in the club and you just see him just go,
hey,
can I get a vodka Sprite, please?
He does it at the party.
Yeah, he does. He's like...
Oh yeah, then he also does that giant front flip.
Oh, I can't wait to talk about. Okay, so then now it's the chick, the villain chick, and she's the weird looking chick, and she needs to create a team to fight these guys. So we cut to Vin Diesel climbing a giant structure. He's like cutting wires, doing some shit. Then he locks into some fucking skis. He's on top of like probably 300 feet on this fucking.
It's like this radio
metal
tower.
structure.
It's like a radio tower.
It's like a big tower.
Yeah, it's a tower. So then he locks into some fucking skis. He jumps off the structure, which is probably like 300 feet.
Well, he's looking down, and there's like a bunch of cops looking at him. So he's obviously in trouble.
Yeah, so people are
just gonna be on the run.
Get down. All this shit.
So he jumps down about 400 feet and he begins to ski down the fucking
mountain. But where he lands was exactly where he fucking apparently he planted ski poles. He landed perfectly on the ski poles and he grabbed them as soon as he landed. Land grab gone.
I have that all written down too. He literally just first of all. How the fuck were those skis on the top of a radio antenna?
I don't know.
They were there. No, I think they were on his back. No,
because he literally.
Oh, they were up there. I'm gonna plant the skis up there. So if I ever need to go up there and steal that piece of machinery, I'll be good on my way down.
The reason we find out why he did all that is fucking.
No,
I'm not gonna say it. I'm just saying the reason why this whole plan and running from the cops and. I literally wrote down. I thought I was watching the Olympic ski trials.
Bro, was this a planned route?
He's cutting.
Where was this route? No, but I'm saying
he must have had to plan it out.
How? Like he's doing 360s. He's bouncing off things like
fucking cap 900. He did a cap 900.
That's why XXX.
What did he do? He did I don't know the ski moves, but he did a corkscrew 900.
Bro, yeah, he's getting loose.
Fucking all tight. I'm like, dude, I feel like I'm watching the Olympics or the X Games. But this guy's cutting on the mountain, hitting jumps, doing this. I'm like, but he's in the jungle in South America.
And then he kicks him off, and then he grabs onto a skateboard, or he takes it from a kid.
Yeah, he kicks it off, and then he grabs a skateboard, and then it has a red X on it. My God! And then he starts going 80.
It's like a longboard, but no nose.
Downhill on a mountain, curvy road,
and he knows everybody.
Everybody
knows this guy.
He high-fived a dude out the road,
doing 80 miles an hour down the mountain.
There was not one person shown that did not know him.
He took over the man's car and drove it through the outside.
He's like, hey, Bono. He's like, hey, Bono.
So hold on, real quick. Did he steal the skateboard?
No,
He was already there.
The kids were waiting for him. They had a plan.
Because he had the special glove.
Yeah. Of course. Oh, hold on. Okay, hold on. So he's going 80 down the fucking thing, and apparently he's got tail devils. He's got tail devils on his fucking glove. When tail devils are like, you put them on the back of the skateboard, so when you skid down, it sparks. So.
It's not supposed to help you stop.
No, it's just for show. So he's got a regular downhill glove on, like going downhill, and he starts, rubbing his hand against the floor, and it starts sparking as if it's like a fucking electricity, like fucking shooting out.
I thought that was supposed to help you stop. I didn't know that was only just for show.
No, they have the longboarders. They have things with pads in them that help you, but yeah, it's like he has a fucking tail devil. It's like it's fucking pieces of shit just sparking. Like why?
You just keep that all the time.
I literally put that tail devils in his glove.
And so he's like whipping down the mountain, going left and right.
Reverts at like 70.
He's literally
booking it.
Bro,
he's booking
power sliding and doing reverts at like 70.
It's insane.
Yeah. That's why XXX.
So then he takes the inside turn. As we know from other movies.
You always take the inside. Yeah. You never want to go the outside.
Never go outside. Yeah. So yeah, he takes the inside turn and he's going fucking around. And this is a fucking massive bus coming the other way. So
what does he do? What does he do, Bobby?
Fucking wall rides. Frontside wall ride doing 80.
Well, the bus is coming from the opposite direction.
He's going 80.
But we're skaters, so we notice he has no pop.
No.
He literally just floats up onto it.
He just grabs his board and like,
can you see him come off the bus?
Yes.
He's still like kind of parallel and he's coming off the bus and his board's on his feet. He's
Bro,
like,
I didn't know you can ollie just by pulling yourself
off the longboard with no nose, no tail. He just...
Bro, straight to the side who okayed this? Who said this was a good idea?
How many?
I don't get it.
Pro dirt bikers, there's pro dirt bikers, skiers. Everybody's on the scene of like skating. All these pros are there. Yeah. If someone looks at that and they have a pro, get a pro skater. You got 30 other pros there. Look at him and go. Send a clip to a fucking pro and go. Does this look normal?
Get it.
They'd be like, he doesn't pop. He just
doesn't
floats
make
to the
sense.
wall.
Like I'd be like, what's wrong with you people?
Did you guys notice though that in the shots where they're showing XXX like zoom down the mountain that it was a bodysuit?
Wait, what do you mean?
It was a dude in a bodysuit?
It's like the first XXX memory. He does a backflip over the fence on the dirt bike, and the helmet is his head of green screen.
So apparently it's really hard to skate that fast on a longboard while you're 250 fucking pounds. So they grabbed some skinny dude and put him in a bodysuit to make him look big, and that's how they filmed it.
Oh my god, yeah, it was.
I think.
It was so bad.
But it looked like a bodysuit because his skin looked like powder.
Yeah, it was terrible. So then after that, he fucking wall rides a bus going 80. We found out this was all just to get...
a soccer game!
It was all just to get cable for like the locals that watch a soccer game. Wow, everybody loves him. Fuck this. Fuck you, writer.
And then coincidentally, it's the Brazil game. And then all of a sudden all little kids just start screaming Neymar.
And, the soccer.
Yeah, the kids like,
didn't realize that.
I don't watch soccer, so I didn't know that fucking loser.
But they're in Dominican Republic.
He's a rich loser.
Yeah,
they're in Dominican Republic watching. He did all this stuff, steals the shit from the antenna, gets the game on, just so all the villagers can sit there and watch the Brazil game. So apparently everyone in the Dominican Republic are obsessed with Neymar in Brazil. So these little kids, just so right after the scene of Neymar dying, they get that, so that's fucking stupid.
Okay, so then, alright, so after this, then it's just like a fucking, for some reason, it's a montage of Vin Diesel and his girl just like having sex and just hanging out.
Fuck scene number one.
It's just like, what?
She popped up somewhere, she's like, oh.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, Xander Cage, he could easily get the cable company he's got moves or money like that. And she's like, huh, and walks away. It's like, what, did you really, everybody, the whole town's happy.
Nice game.
He just risked his life and his freedom to go do that.
That was her game.
Then there was a part, once you guys notice, so, okay, it's this whole montage of him and her having sex, like, then, like, she's on top of her, he's on top of her, and then it's just a hard cut, and it's like the fucking sand just pouring out of the bucket, and it's like, it's definitely not a fucking, a visual from him orgasming. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like them having sex, and it's a hard cut to like a whole thing of sand or something.
Like a dump truck,
a dump truck off rip. It's just like sex,
white sand.
Bam, white sand pouring out. I'm like, you didn't catch it? I had to rewound it. I'm like, oh, it's definitely not a visual for him. Of course it is.
I didn't get it.
Oh my god.
I knew what you were talking about.
If it was like a geyser, then I want to be like, yeah, that's.
No, I mean, of course. Like, what else would it be? You know?
Champagne or something.
Oh yeah. Then she wakes up and whatever, and she comes out, and what does she see? He got her a skateboard!
It's the one he wore it on.
He got it.
What's rule number one, though? He wrote a list of rules to learn how to skateboard.
Don't fall.
That's it? Yeah, it says rule number one, don't fall.
You know why?
He's so badass.
XXX.
That's why XXX. All right,
I'm running that through this whole fucking thing.
I know, I like it. All right, so then XXX just sits down at a bench, and then some guy just walks up to him and starts. This is the most awkward conversation I've ever seen, and of course we realize what we find out later. But he starts talking to him very weird and very oddly, talking about stuff, and then XXX just starts like looking around, and he starts fucking like peeping some stuff. He's like, and then so homie left a bag, and it's got a bomb in it, of course, and then for some reason XXX just automatically knows this is all just a bunch of bullshit.
Because he's got Spidey sense.
He's got Spidey sense. So then the SWAT guy... What's up?
When he opened the bag, he opens it, he puts his leg up on the bench, like he's
trying to act all
like
cool.
he's chilling, puts his leg up on the bench, leans on it, zips the duffel bag, and you already see the shit and like fucking lights and shit in there. He opens it up, it's a bomb, it's counting down from like 40 seconds. And he goes, looks around and goes, here we go again. Yeah, that's it, like...
He automatically knows.
He knows. He already knew. He already knew it was a setup.
And then, so there's a bunch of SWAT guys, like, holding their guns to him, and then, the guy gets close enough where fucking Vin Diesel just, like, knocks him out and takes the gun and just starts spraying up the whole fucking city.
I never understood why they do that in movies.
It's like, bro...
Nobody in real life would ever walk up close to you with a gun like that.
I know!
Like, you have the range, motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's the point of the gun!
That's why you're not holding a pistol in your hand.
It's
and you can still shoot him with a pistol from that.
And he just automatically knows.
Yeah, I'm just saying, you have the reach advantage. Like,
why get closer?
Why
Every
get
movie
closer?
They always creep closer.
Exactly, you give them a chance. I don't know. It's just an easy way out.
It's so dumb. Okay, so then of course it's all fake. He's like, "Come out, Frankenstein," referencing Samuel L. Jackson in this part, and which he's not too far off because this is a weird looking woman. So then then she just goes. She starts going, Ollie, Ollie, oxen free. Yeah. Like, the fucking lamest fucking thing ever. It's like...
She could have said Sonny Jim.
Yeah, she could have. But it's like, this character is just... Everything she does is like... I don't know, it's like they just got it out of, like, a book of, like, villains. Like, she has to be there and be all, like, cool, and she's just sitting there, and then, like an Ollie, Ollie, like, what the... I don't know, it's just so fucking stupid.
You see when he was standing around just shooting?
Yeah.
It's like he's shooting, and then he just looks down, and he's like...
It's so dumb.
And he's shooting and looking at his watch.
And then the reasons he gives off that knew it was fake, like
with the $1,000 beats and not the $10 knockoffs he can buy right there at the shop.
Fuck? What kind of rationale?
Oh, that was the giveaway.
The girl running to the bus. It doesn't leave for 2 hours. Yeah, who knew that?
Yeah, how do you know she's running?
What was the other one?
Why would they tell her to be like, oh, you're the cop? Okay, like the cops are that elaborate where they're like, okay, we're gonna have this girl run. The bus isn't for 2. We're gonna have you run for the bus. Just have her not do that. What are you talking about? You know what I mean?
Stand by the bus stop. Like,
what was the purpose of telling her to do that? To try to sell the situation?
Yeah, like exactly. And the security guy with using foreign currency.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's the most obvious. That's the number one rule. Number one. We're in.
Why would you give him other currency? You got him from that place.
You're in that place.
Oh shit, he's using yen. You're on to me.
We're the Dominican Republic. Why does that guy have fucking rubles? Why does he have rubles in his pocket? Who the hell carries rubles in Dominican Republic? Like, what the fuck?
So stupid.
So then, this fucking chick. Then they start talking. So I forgot they cut.
She's trying to get him on board. Whatever. Yeah. She tells him that Gibbons is dead. Samuel L. Jackson. That gets him on board.
She, of course, the most typical fucking reverse psychology. I don't want to do it. This is that. Oh, Gibbons would love. He starts getting all like that pity and the.
Gibbons is Samuel L. Jackson's character.
Yeah. So then after that, someone gets some Clarence.
I was just about to fucking say that. Oh
That's
my
why next
god!
one just says Clarence.
Yeah, mine said headphones, currency, and then Clarence.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, there was someone's name
his
Clarence.
Watch shooting while in the middle of shooting, and then Clarence.
Yeah, fuck. I had Clarence
they cut
too.
to a scene of like people in like the headquarters or some shit.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Someone's name's Clarence.
Yeah. So we looked it up and we found the guy's name's Clarence.
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't notice that.
Yeah. You fucking gotta get right.
Right after that.
All right.
Clarence for us is a tiny dick.
Yeah. It's funny.
That's why we all laugh.
Yeah.
That's what I find.
All right, so cut to it. They're in the church now. It's the woman. What's her name? The weird looking woman, the main one, the villain.
Just call her a weird looking woman.
I feel okay. All right, fuck it. The weird looking villain. Yeah, they're in the fucking church and they're paying their respects or whatever.
I forgot. I seen her name at the credits at the end.
And then, of course, in XXX fashion, he's like, all right. So after they make this whole deal, he's gonna help her, and then he just starts walking out, and then she's like, well, where are you going? And he's like, London. What's in London? My fur coat. It's like. You just made a fucking plan to do this, like, espionage or, like, spy shit. Like, you're just going to let him fly to London. It's like, what do you expect is about to happen?
The person's over here in this part of the world. I'm going to London to get my fur coat. And then at that point, which that whole scene of her talking to him like that, I was like, God, this lady fucking.
She's the worst.
They made her character, made her think like she's the shit. Like she's the. She can just say whatever she wants. She's like, makes all these dumbass.
I can't wait
faces.
to get to her later because there's some shit she says it's fucking her acting. All right, so then it cuts to him.
Her character's name was Jane Mark.
Jane Mark. Okay, so then it cuts to Vin Diesel.
God, this is weird.
Yeah.
Sorry, lady.
It cuts to Vin Diesel and he has the coat on and he's talking to this babe trying to get some info. And then, like, she's talking to him and she goes to him, she's like, you know what? I used to think you were the man. And I just started fucking laughing. I'm like, this guy is never the fucking man. He's a loser. So then, he smashes 3 babes.
There's like 7.
Yeah. No, there's 6.
6.
There's 6.
Oh my god.
Because he tries to get her.
Proceeds to smash 6 women.
Like,
yeah,
what was
he's
the
trying
thing,
to get to like her, and he's like in her face, like they're like getting all like closer, they're gonna make out and start saying some weird
He's trying to smash
shit.
main chick that he's getting info from, and she's like,
she's just being really
no.
like,
she goes,
but my friends on the other hand like
she
stiff
makes them
competition.
smash him.
6 girls just instantly walk into this like tent cabana and start taking his clothes off.
Like, how did they know? Was there a cue?
She's like,
imagine if you're just
he's gonna
chilling.
come here, he's gonna try to fuck me, I'm gonna give him some answers,
and then you guys are gonna fuck him.
And then when I
right,
say this,
ready,
and when
break.
I say nope, and I walk out, all 6 of you go in there and just fuck his brains out, okay?
And then, do they get, like, I don't know, it's just so weird.
Why would he be pissed?
Yes.
One hot one or 6 hot
it's like,
ones?
I guess I'll smash. I guess I'll. Oh, then it does the thing where it's like.
Wakes up in the morning.
Yeah.
They're all fucking passed out.
Yeah.
He's throwing his jacket over his shoulder and he looks at all of them. He's like,
the things I do for my
country. Before that, she goes, oh, the stiff odds, but my friends like want to.
They like stiff odds.
God.
She goes, I don't like to gamble, but my friends like stiff odds. And he's like,
oh my god.
Yeah, and then
is that a metaphor for a boner?
Oh my god.
Because I don't have one right now. And then, until he walks out with the things I do.
And then, it's the lane. So the call back to the first one. Okay, so then it cuts back to them, Vin Diesel and the girl at breakfast. And then she says the lamest thing. She's like, yeah, it was like finding needles in a stack of needles. Like, the writer probably thought he was so clever when he wrote that.
Oh my god, that's it. Put it in. You have to say it.
Thinking needles?
It's like, when you hear that sentence starting off, you're like, oh, needle in a haystack.
Yeah,
well, it's like
classic.
It's like finding a needle in a stack of needles. Like, what?
You're a loser.
So now at this point in the movie, in my notes, I wrote, this movie is making me angry. I fucking hate this so much.
And then he goes,
he gets the info.
He gets and then he's like, he says something. He's like, oh, are you worried about me? She's like, I'm not worried about you doing this. I'm worried about you. I'm never worried about you getting something. And then she's like, she looks at him. She goes, I'm worried about you getting dead. Someone wrote that like they wrote that. Was he said, "Are you worried about me getting something?" Sure? And then she goes, "I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about you getting dead."
She said, "Getting dead."
Yes.
No way.
Dead serious. I wrote down worried about getting dead. That's how she wrote it.
This made me wish I was getting dead.
Oh, it's like getting shot or something. He's like, "Oh, you worried about me getting shot?" She's like, "No, I'm worried about you getting dead."
Jesus. All right.
It's like who okayed that? Yeah. Who okayed that to be like,
thank God we don't see
they're saying it. They're talking like.
Be well, don't get dead.
Yeah. Thank God it's the only time we see her in the rest of the movie. So now it cuts to the 3 psychos from the beginning, and they're in, like, Costa Rica, like the classic, you do a robbery, and they're in, like, whatever. They're in, like, this beach, and it's, like, insane. And it's like the dude down the end, and then the main chick, and it's, like, this, supposed to be this crazy standoff, and the girl, like, has a gun, and then we see it. And then it's, like, and his acting is so bad. And then he's like, the king forgot the queen or something. And then she like shoots next to him. And it's just the fucking lamest.
And no one flinches.
I know.
You look behind you, everybody's like, I'm
by the way,
gonna go back to packaging
like
this fish.
3 times right behind him and literally almost grazed his skull like 6 times. Bounces around. He still doesn't flinch. He's smoking a cigarette. I'm like, is this girl purposely trying to miss, or is she just really bad at shooting? But then we find out she's pretty good at shooting. So she obviously did on purpose.
So that shit sucked.
So fucking when Xander comes back and he gives the weird looking white lady he's like, here, they're in fucking Philippines.
Yeah.
I knew they're gonna go to the Pacific. And then she's like, how'd you get this? He goes, little undercover work.
Oh my god.
Another fucking nice pun!
Double entendre!
And he looks straight at the fucking camera. He's like, yeah, little undercover work.
My fucking, you're a loser!
He gets that glance, like that corner eye, like side, like, yeah, I've smashed 6 girls.
Yeah.
Psych. Psych, you didn't give it time.
All right.
See, now, if he would have said that in the movie, I would have laughed my ass off.
Yeah.
Little undercover work. I fucked him.
And
then
that
would be hilarious.
All right, so then it cuts to cuts to a ship, and then we meet this girl, and it's like, she's in the CIA, and she's like the worst character ever. She's like the guy, like she's like the technology person. She just does everything, and it's like I just don't get how you can get this far in your job in the CIA, whatever the fuck, get this type of top secret security clearance, and be this fucking retarded, and be this stupid. Like the way she, Bobby, go, the way she acts towards him.
Literally, I just thought because I'm reading my notes about the girl too, and she walks in, starts talking about like fucking Coachella.
Yeah, it's so fun. She's just rambling.
She's literally just hitting on him and like getting on this weird.
Your boss is sitting right next to you.
Yeah.
My safe word is kumquat.
Yeah, it's like
it's kind of you get it, kumquat. She like gets him like my sex swing doesn't hold that much. My swing doesn't hold that much weight. He's like, nah, I'm like a 250. She's like, all right.
Yeah, she's like, it's $245, $250.
Don't lie, you're 280. She goes, don't lie, you're 80. You're 280. He's like, nah, I'm this.
Nobody fucking asks that.
She's talking about her sex swing weight capacity. Then she's like, oh, okay. Oh, yeah. And literally just stops. She goes, oh, yeah, by the way, my safe word's kumquat. And then she's like, get it?
So
bad. But
she's
the
reason now, granted, she is an absolute babe.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
She's a fucking babe.
Super babe. She was in Degrassi.
Yeah.
She's
fucking
in Degrassi.
head full of sticks.
Remember?
Oh, no, I never watched that show.
She was in Degrassi. But yeah. No, yeah.
I just know Drake was crippled in that.
While she was getting
all
all that.
To laugh at, Bobby.
It's very funny. Fucking Jimmy got shot in the back.
Fuck Jimmy.
Fuck Jimmy. Jimmy was off the hook.
All right, what were you saying?
So yeah, the reason she is like that, as I'm listening to Evan talk about it, like how do you have this job and everything in the CIA? Do you not remember the guy in the first one and the second one? Who was the guy who had all the weapons and did all the tech stuff? The crazy white dude.
Oh yeah, the loser dude, yeah.
Check this out, bro.
Yeah,
Where they're blowing shit up. Like,
I don't remember at all.
Really? Oh, he's like
I blanked out the other two.
He had a TV show on like MTV.
I'm working on this one.
But he's like he has like all the gadgets and he does all the funny, stupid jokes. So she's the new age one of him because he was in the first two. She's the new like I work inside. I have
she was like
check
showing
this
all the weapons
out.
and stuff like that.
Sick fucking punching glove that punches faster. I don't know how.
That's later. That's later.
Fucking retarded.
Okay, so. Oh yeah. So this is next part is the infamous plane speech that Evan loses his shit.
Oh my god! See, this was like one of the main scenes. Okay.
If anything, this scene sparked it. If this movie didn't spark it, this scene sparked the podcast.
Okay.
Sure.
So we cut to they're on the ship. They're on the plane, right? They're on the plane. And they're on the plane.
Yeah,
we're on the plane.
And the boss lady's gonna introduce the team to Vin Diesel, and the team is led by none other than Anthony Gonzalez, former tight end of the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, he is a Falcon. I thought he was for the Dolphins.
So we meet like these top army guys or whatever. They're sitting in the back of the fucking plane, and Vin Diesel goes up and he gets introduced to them, and then he starts talking. So fucking Vin Diesel is just testing them. He's G-checking them, and he's like, and then he's just the kookiest shit I've ever heard. So he goes, have you ever freestyled triple backflip on a BMX bike? And the way he says it is just so kooky on a BMX bike. And he's like, have you ever carved an R4 on a snowboard while an avalanche is on your booty? And it's like, who the fuck wrote this?
But it's like those scenes like in Fast and Furious where it's like it zooms in on him, he's pacing around them like all cocky. He's like, have you ever? And it's like follows him around. So
yeah,
it's
he's
like
walking around.
And while he's doing that, he's like clipping the crew to this giant pallet that is with a parachute on it that's on the track to be launched out of the bay.
And then at one point the guy's like, so he's he's testing him, and then the one guy's like, the soldier, he's like, we're soldiers, hotshot, not slackers. And it's just like the lamest fucking delivery fucking ever.
Why would they bring that guy in and
granted,
backup?
He didn't have much to work with.
Yeah.
With Vin Diesel's stupid ass fucking.
Dude, but on top of that, how did an entire elite squad of like fucking special forces dudes standing there, back facing an open door of the fucking plane, and they all get clipped into a harness?
And they don't feel it.
No one turned and followed him as he walked on. They stood facing the same way as he goes around behind them.
Yes, so he clips them up, and then he ends up ejecting them, and he basically kills these fucking five guys.
There was a parachute on the ballot.
I know, but literally,
no, he didn't kill them. They came back later.
But even still, it's like
on top of that. That fucking, they're hanging about 15 feet below the pallet, all that. Remember at the end?
Yeah.
That hard that pallet landed?
Yeah.
They're underneath of that pallet. They're all dead. They didn't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They didn't make that.
So he just kills them.
No, they did because Anthony Gonzalez comes back.
But even still,
Oh yeah, no.
So he kills them, right? And then the woman just goes, oh man, X. Like she doesn't even care.
Do that?
It's like, why did you do that? Like it's like
I'm gonna hate asking this, but who would you want on the team?
Her acting is so she's like, who would you work with? Like it's just the lame. You just killed 4 of your best guys. They're out.
Like okay, that didn't work out, so I'll just let you choose.
Instantly, she doesn't care about them. She's like, Why'd you do that? So who would you want to work with?
Yeah, and they
Why couldn't
forgets
you
about
just go,
them.
hey, I want to work with my own crew.
Yeah,
instead of killing 7 people.
They're best people.
Remember,
like,
later on, he's like,
this is my worst scene in there.
I dropped your whack crew over Eastern Europe.
Yeah, now you have to go back and like scoop, but like Doug, when he says the fucking R4 on a snowboard
with an avalanche on your booty.
Like what the fuck?
Exaggerates it so
like what the? And then when he says
this
shit, he's just such a kook. Like he just sounds like you just can tell he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking.
Have you ever free fall from 30,000 feet with no oxygen?
Yeah, he's so fucking dumb.
The fuck? Like, come on, dude.
So then, Agent Mark, decides to ask who he would like to team up with, and so then it goes into a little montage of the
the classic, the crew.
The whole crew. So first off is Adele Wolfe, played by Ruby Rose, and you see her just kind of in camouflage in like grassy area. And she's stalking poachers that are trying to kill lions. And she shoots them. One in the leg, one in the stomach, and the other one in the arm, I believe. And 2 of them get away, and the lion sees the other one and starts fucking charging at it. So she's also
a murderer.
Yeah, she's a murderer. She
wounded people.
She killed the
that
poachers.
That was their like fun. She didn't.
And they didn't look like they were poachers as far as like they did it for money. They did it more as it looked like they were poachers for trophy.
Like they were hunting.
Sport hunting. Yeah.
Yeah. So these are like
those rich guys.
Like white European tourists or something like that coming there to fucking hunt that. And granted, fucker had a bow and arrow and he was gonna try to kill a lion.
You could.
Yeah, but you probably could, but how
you could?
Charge you.
Bro, you missed.
He was 20 yards away, not even.
And the guy couldn't even pick up a pencil.
Remember the old video back in the day where the guy was rifle hunting?
How did they get that close?
And he shot it and it still charged like 80 yards and fucking attacked him.
Hell yeah! If you don't hit that fucker in the head, it's not going down.
Like on a stander in a fucking truck to bow hunt a fucking lion, because.
So yeah, she's walking.
It's the same chick, and that's the same chick that was in the Meg.
Yeah,
she's got an accent. So which is her accent?
She's Australian.
So that's okay. So this is she?
But she doesn't have it all the time in this movie.
She doesn't.
I thought she was supposed to be South African. That's first.
No.
Maybe they sound.
I think she's Australian.
But so then it does like a thing where we meet the character, and then it does like a freeze frame, and it does like a little bullet points of who you are and stuff. Like it reminds me of that show Next. Remember on MTV where like they came out of the bus, and then
I had the graphics.
Yeah, and then it has like the bullet points, and hers is like most broken bones, but unofficial, and it's like Xbox PS4 username Lady Boner. It's like why? What? What is wrong with you?
Was I supposed to laugh at that?
Yes. Was this supposed to be funny?
I didn't even see hers. I didn't see hers.
What? I had to go back and rewind it. And then, okay, so we meet the next dude.
It's the Hound from Game of Thrones.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, you didn't realize that?
Not until now.
Oh, what the fuck?
Huh.
Yeah. So it's the Hound from Game of Thrones. You see him in the car, and he's just kind of, he looks like he's psyching himself out for something. He puts in a mouthpiece, and he just fucking hits the gas pedal, and he's fucking flying. He's just going, and all of a sudden he crashes into an ATM. And then he gets out of the car, there's money spewing everywhere, and immediately there's cops pulling him over.
Yes! That's what I was going to say. 2 seconds
later. 2 seconds, the cops are there. And his response, it was like that when I got here.
And he's laughing and like dancing and like the money that's flying everywhere. And I'm like, why would you want this guy on your team?
What's his special skill?
He doesn't have a plan.
He's suicidal.
He wants to get caught. And we figure this out later too. He doesn't, it's like, what does he bring? He hurts the team. We'll see that later. He has negligence to his team. He crashes that car with the guy. We'll get to it. But it's like, I don't get why you think that
he does save Buddy with the boat though.
Yeah. Okay. 1 out of 10. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? All right. So then,
next is the next character is his name is Harvard, and it's this club scene, and he's kind of walking into the club. It looks like it's perceived as he's sneaking into the club. He's got his hood up. He's like
skates by the security guy,
and he's going in and out of the crowd. And you see the security guard on his tail, like shaking.
Yeah. So and then he keeps checking back. Yeah.
And he keeps looking back behind him. They're like fast walking this and that, and Buddy goes straight to the DJ booth.
Makes out with a babe first.
Makes out the babe first.
He stops to make out with a babe.
Goes straight to the DJ booth, and apparently it's his fucking show. So he snuck in to his own show.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't get the point of this. Like,
what's his special skill?
It was your show. The security didn't know you. That means that you were less cool than you thought. You're at the show. You're headlining.
His skill was fun to be around.
That was what he brought. But he's not.
He's a baller.
Well, what the? But this scene doesn't make sense.
You said he was a baller.
That was such a loser.
You guys are
such a fucking loser. God, but I just don't understand this whole scene. You sneak into your own VIP and like to go on to do your set. Like
you're too cool to like.
I don't get it.
Like sneak in that bit.
I do not get it. Oh, okay, hold on. This thing was colon. No, and so then when it pops up, his little like bio, it goes. He dated 2 girls he dated
Taylor Swift and Lady Gaga.
He dated them in the same night.
Yeah.
He dated them in the same night.
What does that mean?
How do you date 2 girls in the same fucking night?
You didn't date it. You dated for
one. I went with this girl, the fucking Red Lobster. I went with this girl to do this. Like, what the? Did you fuck them? Like, I don't know. What the fuck is? What does that mean?
You took them out on a date, or you are dating them,
or maybe he was like he had 2 girlfriends at the same time. Yeah. But like, how do you?
Or
date
he broke up with Taylor
night?
Swift in the morning and got with Lady Gaga at night.
Maybe, but
that'd be pretty G-code.
No, I guess, but it's just so fucking stupid. It's
unrealistic.
Yeah.
Dope.
But
yeah.
But it's just so fucking dumb. It doesn't make. All right. All right. So now we got our crew.
Is that dumb?
Yeah.
That's you.
All right. So now we got the crew together, and it's like the whole debriefing scene. You know what I mean? And nobody is qualified to be here, especially the DJ. You know what I mean? At one point, he's like. I'm not a soldier. I'm a baller.
What about the human crash dummy?
Yeah. Why are you there? You're literally just like what?
And the poacher killer.
Yeah, like it just doesn't make any fucking sense.
This is the team you want.
Instead of trained soldiers.
This team
you killed
where they have an extremely very narrow set of skills.
But what I don't get is were these
they were one-dimensional.
Was that DJ doing spy shit before? Like, what were her credentials?
XXx.
No, but I mean, are you
really?
No,
they weren't all XXx.
Yeah, that's why XXx.
No.
Are you sure they were?
They're not XXx.
I don't think they were.
They weren't part of it?
No.
They
but
were
it's
just
like,
recruited?
Imagine this. Imagine
he handpicked them himself.
How did he have their numbers then?
Called 9.
And
yeah,
only XXX people know 9.
No, he
fucking found them.
He
knows them. But I'm saying, imagine this. From their perspective, what this is basically is like if like I called you up one day and I'm like, yo, bro, I got a super secret spy mission. I'm going out. I need you to come with me. We could die. Let's go. And you're just like, oh, yes, straight, dog. And you just like hop in and it's like, what's your skill? It's like, I mean, I skate. Yeah. You know, it's like
pretty raw.
It's like we're going undercover.
What's XXX's skills? He can skate, ride a bike, a dirt bike. He has no like fucking crazy skills.
Yeah, I know. It's the fucking ridiculous part.
So it's like he handpicked those people. It's like, all right, what do you got? Why do you pick these people? Oh, she's good with a rifle. He's a fucking monster and he can just fucking destroy people in like fights. Why'd you pick this kid? Man, I was tripping on acid one time, and he had a fucking great show, and fucking, I was in, like, Thailand. It was like, what the fuck? You picked him good? What, he had a good set that night? You're like, I got it. He's a pretty good DJ. I like this. All right, he's on my team. All right, fuck him. We're going to go save the world.
He's fun to be around.
Yeah, that's all right. Let's fucking move past.
It's always good to have a baller. It's always good to have a baller.
That's his skill.
All right, so then whatever. It cuts to the point the fucking weird girl is like zipping up Vin Diesel's suit, and it's she wants to fuck him. It's so.
I put God. Does this girl want some dick or what?
I know. It's like what the fuck.
Fuck her already.
She had a boner.
Why did you fuck 6 random girls? Did all this shit, and this girl's literally about to sit on your face.
Those glasses are a target, bitch.
She can't even contain herself. All right, so then it goes to him, and it cuts to him, and he's like negotiating with a guy about guns and shit.
Oh, he hopped up on the boat.
Yeah, they're going back and forth. They're negotiating. It's fucking insane.
10%.
And then he's like, blah. He's like, blah blah blah, and a half. He's like, and a half. Vin Diesel goes and he reaches in, he picks up a shotgun and just fucking knees it in half.
And the guy was like,
"The fuck was that made of?"
The guy was about
plastic.
And you're about to sell those guns to that guy. That guy was hyped when he broke that gun.
He
should be pissed.
He hugged him, and he was eating a lollipop.
He was about to kill him.
We needed to know he was like some weird dude. Like, why
all these gangster dudes just sit there like,
because they're so cool that they got some.
I've never seen somebody who like murders people or like done all this shit to just sit there and eats a lollipop like they're cool.
I feel like that guy. Is that a movie thing? Is that guy famous from something else? Because I feel like he's famous.
I thought he was the Kazam kid at first, but he's not.
I thought he was a rapper.
I don't know. I felt like he was the same guy that was in like Fast and Furious 5, the one they're in Brazil.
He's probably the same character.
And he pulls up to him, and then he's like, "This is Brazil, bro," and he gets all that. And the same scene, guy sitting there, bunch of people, girls and shit sitting around him. He's leaned up on something. Same scene, different Vin Diesel movie.
Nicky Jam.
Let me see him.
Whatever. We'll keep looking. All right, so then like they go. It cuts to them, and they're at like this party, And then DJ goes and does what he does best, and he starts fucking partying. And then we see the 3 losers from the beginning that like murdered everyone: Donnie Yen, the chick, and then the fucking. And then, so Ruby Rose, you know, she's the sniper, so she grabs like a sheet from a bed.
She cut a sail off a boat, a sailboat.
Oh, it's a sailboat.
She went up there and she cut the sail.
Oh, because I was gonna say, because when she first grabs it, it's very small. It doesn't look very very large. Yeah. But then it becomes extremely long. She wraps
cloth,
herself.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like she has the power to extend cloth.
Yes.
So she climbs up it with just like throws the cloth around it, uses that, holds on, and basically walks up the thing with the cloth. Gets to it's a palm tree.
It makes like a harness. Yeah.
This is a palm tree, so there's nothing until you get to the very top. A couple fucking palm fronds.
Yeah, she makes herself a harness to where she can hang from it and literally perfect.
She suspended herself off a palm frond branch, which is not very stable in the first place. But how did she tie herself up there? What was she holding on to?
I don't know.
How did she just go from climbing a palm tree and then she's literally in like a 17-point harness? Hanging up like parallel to the ground from like underneath the palm tree with a sniper rifle.
Sense.
Yeah, her skills are bar none to the other two. Like I'm
glad you're a poacher hunter because that definitely taught you how to hover in midair and tie yourself to a tree.
So she's a sharpshooter and she's a magician.
Yeah, because then when she unravels and she ravels down to get down, the blanket becomes the length of the tree. More, and then it's still wrapped. You can see it wrapped around her
leg, and she like
it's
stops
at least
and
60 feet up.
And then it cuts to her, and then she has a full harness again. It's all wrapped around her again. I'm like, you're hanging from it? How do you have a full thing on again?
Yeah, so she's playing lookout, and there's in this kind of like abandoned kind of structure or whatever, and they're having this massive fucking rave party. Everybody's drinking, having fun. There's fire pits and shit like that. Looks pretty fucking dope. And Vin Diesel's just, you know, chilling around, scoping out the place, and Donnie Yen spots him immediately.
How did
immediately know?
How hard it is to find each other at like a bar.
But
granted, he's got a giant xXx tattoo.
That's what I was gonna say. How would you not know that you're xXx? You have that on your neck. Like, it's the most obvious.
It's like he gives it away immediately. Maybe he just doesn't.
Spy ever. You can't be hidden.
In the world.
Send the Asian kid in.
It's like if James Bond wrote 007 tattooed across his forehead. Are you 007? Nah. Alright, cool. You want to come to my party? Sweet.
Yeah. I'm not a spy.
So
and the DJ's pulling babes.
Yeah, DJ's pulling babe. Donnie Yen sees him, and then head twitch Mohawk Man comes by.
He's like the kid from South Park.
But it's more like a dance. But it looks like he does it on purpose.
Bro, it's like like the Michael Jackson popping lock type of.
He's making weird noises.
And he points down, and then Mohawk Twitchy looks down. He sees him. He automatically knows too.
Yeah, they know.
So he does this epic front flip down to the floor. He's on this kind of balcony, and he does an epic front flip down into a crowd, and he's like rising up like he's fucking Goku or some shit, and then he just turns around all serious and whatnot, just giving him the fucking devil stare, and Xander Cage is there just making out with the babe.
And nobody else noticed. Nobody notices this man flip off a balcony.
And so, in this one instance,
nobody even
Harvard actually uses his fucking one skill.
And he turns the beat up.
He turns the beat up, changes the music, everybody gets hyped, and everybody just starts dancing, and the crowd comes up, and Mohawk Twitch can't get through to the crowd to go and find xXx, and then xXx, he disappears into the crowd. He's gone.
That's his skill. That was the one time he came in handy.
So the one very specific situation that he could have been used in, he was successful.
But how did he go? He had another dude's iPod. He didn't know what songs
was the point of them going to that guy with the guns and doing that whole party thing? Oh, they did meet the Asian guy.
Yeah.
But still, they went to this whole thing.
They're kind of like the gatekeeper type of thing, I bet.
So they had to go to them just so they could DJ, and then they could leave. You got to come here, DJ, and then.
Yeah, no problem.
That's your part of the movie.
So then, after that DJ's party, and then Vin Diesel gets spotted by some chick. Yeah, the chick, the main chick, and she starts.
Unser.
Yeah, she starts talking about like tattoos and like what, and she thinks that he's from like a branch of military or something like that. And she's like, "What do you?" She's like wondering like what you doing here and stuff. And it's like, how do you know? How do they know? I don't get it.
It's in the way they walk.
It's like I see you're looking for someone here. Maybe I already found her. And then he starts hollering.
Yeah.
And she likes it. Like, was that game?
She's getting turned on.
But I'm saying,
yeah.
Was she spitting game first? Was that why she brought up 2 spit game? Or is she serious? Like, was that her normal way of like trying to fucking call out somebody for being like, I don't fucking know.
Maybe she was trying to be deceiving.
Yo, so the fucking
trick him. That's when she pulled the gun out.
Oh my god, that was the worst part. And then
she pulls the gun out, points at his dick, and then he pulls the knife out and pulls on her stomach, and he's like, "Oh, you're a little low." And he's like, "Well, I think I would rather take a knife to the stomach than a shot to the dick." Yeah, you're fucking mine. No, you don't have the upper hand. Not even close.
And then they do like the stupidest, like the classic, like they're so good, evenly matched that they try to like disarm each other and they both switch guns and switch weapons. And like he has the gun and she has the knife. And it's like they're so.
They both know the same counter move. Yeah, they both know the same counter move, and they just whop. Now she's got the knife in his throat and he's got the gun in her head.
So fucking dumb. And then Donnie Yen comes up and he starts cock blocking, and then the gun so Vin Diesel has the gun and then he turns it around for her to grab, and it makes so much noise. It's like it sounds like
shuffling a bag of coins.
Like fucking sand is in it. Yeah, like a bunch of like nickels are in it or something like that. It's like
the bullets are loose.
Yeah.
Gives the gun
and then
back.
They get drinks. So they start getting fucking drunk.
God,
and they're all sitting at a table in the middle of a party. This is so fucking dumb.
And instead of Russian roulette...
Hold on. First I want to say, they get shots, and then they start taking shots, and Vin Diesel does the fucking, like, fake shot.
He does, but
the girl is looking at him the entire time.
He doesn't give a fuck.
He just, like, flicks it back like, what the fuck?
He's like, you can know that I'm psyching this guy out.
Yeah.
Even though you're on his side. And so they take these shots, and then instead of Russian roulette, because any sort of badass would kind of do Russian roulette, like Jean-Claude Van Damme, that type of shit. No, they do Russian grenade.
Yeah, he pull a grenade,
and it's hot potato. He pulls the pin, he throws it down to the table. XXX catches it immediately. So it doesn't fucking blow up, obviously.
Yeah.
So they're having a little quip, and then boom, he throws it again, and now the chick's got it, and she's got it really close.
So dumb.
And then Donnie Yen's already got a second grenade, fucking loaded up. Boom, pull that clip. Boom, now there's two in the fucking mix.
Yeah, like, hold on. One grenade, 3 people. I like those odds. 2 grenades, 3 people.
I love those odds.
It's so fucking stupid. And they're just sitting back there throwing grenades and like...
They're throwing grenades at each other.
For
no fucking reason.
And then all of a sudden, Vin Diesel just asks some random woman standing there for his jacket. And she goes, okay, and just leaves like, was that the only reason you were standing there? So wait for a jacket to go get his jacket? And just, who are you asking?
Say, hey, just in case I lose this grenade roulette, can you get my jacket, please?
I know we're at a random party in an abandoned building, but I know we got Coach
First girl walks by, hey, you got my jacket? Some dude over there just asked me first. Fuck,
what if she was like, get it your fucking self, and she just like walked away? I would have laughed my ass off.
But yeah, here's what it said. I was like, Donnie Yen knows him, and I was like, I guess having tattoo on the back of your neck saying XXX doesn't help. And I was like, what the fuck? And then there's a raid, and then the DJ is ready to fucking start getting right, and Steve starts wanting to square up, and it's like, this kid's a fucking twig. You get destroyed.
He's a DJ.
Yeah, I mean, but you ain't gonna.
His skill is fun to be around.
Yeah, but... Oh my god.
And what does he do?
What?
He grabs headphones and he chokes the guy out and he slams his head on the fucking DJ table and he kicks him out the booth.
Hold on, then they have the guns like hold up at Vin Diesel and he starts breakdancing.
He's like,
oh, they're like, don't move!
You're gonna die.
Don't move!
I'm moving!
And he starts like, I'm moving, but I'm still alive.
He's like,
Then of course, guy gets too close.
Yeah, always, yeah.
Takes the gun right out of his hand, starts shooting up the place.
Alright guys, we're gonna surround him and we're gonna send one guy in. Make sure he's got a fucking gun so he can steal it from him.
Yeah.
Every time.
Put it to his face.
Get really close, as close as you can to his face.
But then he's talking to Ruby Rose and they steal the line from School of Rock where he's like, read between the lines, Ruby Rose, read between the lines.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The
Jack
classic.
Black,
yeah, it's from School of Rock. You
I
fucking
know.
stole it. You pieces of shit.
Thieves.
But it comes into play later, so remember that.
Remember he gets all their names? He's like, yeah, he's like, I told you, if you're going to come over here and take that from me, you're going to die first.
Read between the lines.
Read between the lines, bro.
You remember that? The fuck is the main important part at the end? You fucking.
All right, we'll get to it.
So yeah,
we'll get to it.
He's remember starts getting all their names like, if you come over here and take that from me, you're gonna die first.
Yeah, yeah.
And then your boy Ivan Ivan.
So he's like spotting him out for the rifle for
fucking whatever his name
Ruby
over
Rose,
there.
and she just starts picking him off.
She starts calling him out.
Fish
Yeah.
in a barrel.
Yeah, poacher style.
Speaking of, that line is later in the movie where some guy says that. I can't wait.
All
right, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
That's why he said it?
No.
It would have been nice if you did.
It would have been, but I
She's
can't.
talking about the guy.
I appreciate
She's
that.
like, oh, hey, Ivan. Oh, hey, other Ivan. As she's shooting them all. She's speaking perfectly fine, like, normal English. And then
really?
Right after she says all their names, and she's like, yeah, yeah. And like, goes right back to her Australian accent. Like, what the fuck?
And then after that, Vin Diesel gets on a dirt bike and and then at one point,
Hold
on. He is on a dirt bike on flat. He backflips
and fucking uppercuts
flat
the
and
dude.
hits him.
First he backflips like 30 feet in the air, lands perfectly just straight on flat, lands it, and then just rides up, doesn't stop me, whips it around, knocks the dude out. You hear the
whips him,
You hear a whoosh from a dirt bike tire.
A bing!
Yeah.
Oh,
anything. Fucking hits the guy, knocks him out, lands. Fucking, then he
does
does.
a backflip on flat.
He literally does a backflip on flat ground. There's no jump.
And uppercuts the dude.
Fucks the
with
dude
back
up.
tire.
Back tires.
And then lands perfectly.
And then he just starts using the dirt bike as a weapon, and he's whooping ass. And then this is when Ruby Rose tumbles down her thing, and it's like 100 feet fucking long. It's insane. It goes down, and it takes like 30 movie seconds.
I said there's
like
10 different movie like angles.
Yes.
And it's still
it's editing in between like the fighting and her. It's like 30 seconds.
And just keep going.
And during the fighting, the Harvard is yelling to the Hound or whatever the hell his name is.
He's jamming the shit up.
Yeah, because he's on the boat. You're supposed to keep an eye on the boat. He's like, hey, we need backup. He's like, boss said keep eye on the boat.
He said, X said stay on the boat.
Yeah,
and then Harvard is like running or whatever. He's about to get fucking murked. And all of a sudden, the Hound comes out of nowhere on the boat and just launches on the land and knocks out the dude that was about to fucking kill him.
Damn, I remember that.
And then he's like, X said stay on the boat.
Oh my god.
Ha.
What a loser. All right.
And then it cuts to XXX chasing Donnie Yen
and then all of a sudden,
dirt bike.
And then all of a sudden it's daytime.
Yeah, so
it's nighttime.
It must have been like 4 or 5 in the morning.
There was no like sunrise. There was no like early morning. It's just straight to daytime. Straight day. It's like, what the fuck happened?
Every single dirt bike has a switch where it turns into a fucking...
But they didn't have him on there before.
They didn't know. So, well, I don't know how that... So, Donnie Yen definitely knew because it was his.
He flipped the switch and did it, yeah.
So they're like driving off a cliff and, XXX is like, fuck it, I'm going to follow him. Yeah, that's water, but he's still going, so I'm going to keep going.
How did he know to turn him on?
I don't know. So Donnie Yen jumps off. Obviously, it's his bike, so he knows there's like this little lever right underneath the gas tank, and if you pull it, and the back tires flip open skis, so it essentially turns into a little fucking jet ski, and he lands on the water and he takes off, and XXX is like a dick hair behind him, so he fucking acts fast, jumps off the cliff. Immediately knows where the fucking lever is and what's exactly is about to happen. Like, he's prepared for this situation.
What the fuck?
Like, he's fucking covered.
It doesn't make sense.
Flips his open, and now it's a jet ski race. They're fucking weaving in and out of the ocean.
By the way.
They go through a pipeline, a 20-foot fucking wave.
They look like they're going 60. How fast? Like, your wheel is the only propulsion.
Yeah.
Can it really get that much traction in water? So it could be pushing you about 60 miles an hour?
You see
it's
Robbie
flying.
Madison? No, they filmed
Possibly.
Robbie Madison filmed
what?
that shit.
It's fast enough. You're on the skis, so
Robbie
you're
Madison
gliding.
Surfed a wave on a dirt bike.
No fucking way.
I think he did it for that movie because they did the exact same scene.
Oh, we gotta pee, babe. Look it up. That's insane.
Oh
You can actually do that? What the fuck?
Well, I mean, it kind of, imagine. So a board doesn't have, like, anything propelling it. The board will just go. So if you have the skis and the wheel propelling it.
Catch waves.
Okay, well, let me tell you this, because at one point Vin Diesel duck dives with the motorcycle.
He did.
Bro, he goes 30 feet underwater,
Can you do that?
pops out, and
Can you do that?
No way. That'll sink.
It'll literally bog out, and you're not popping. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You're gonna sink, and the engine's gonna be instantly full of water.
Yeah,
and you're done. You're not gonna pop up 10 minutes later.
No way will that work.
No.
Unless you're constantly revving it, and the exhaust is constantly pushing the shit out. But I can't even see that working.
It would break the engine.
Yeah.
So after this fucking chase, like we've been chasing through the jungle, now on the ocean. So then Vin Diesel just goes to shore now, and he rips his shirt off, and then he just looks over, and then the babe is just there. Like, how did you just know there?
It's like the 4 times she just.
And then hold on, so then not only that, she's there for a second. Like, how did she know you were there? And then they're like, yeah. And then he turns around, and everyone in the team is now there. And they were all in different places. How did you know he was gonna go here? He was just on a huge chase around the jungle and the ocean.
You guys just got done fighting and killing people up there.
Yeah.
You guys left. There's still people up
it's
there.
Like,
did you guys just like, all right, guys, you left, we're out.
It's like, what the hell? He's like, all right, meet up. How did you know where the fuck to meet up?
The raid? Like, were you guys still at the raid, getting shot at and like cops and stuff? Like, you guys just like, all right, time out. X left. We're out. We're gonna go meet him on the beach tomorrow morning. But 5 minutes, really.
He had the thing in his hand, the Pandora's box or whatever. That it seemed to be Pandora's box, but it wasn't.
When she's standing there, that weird, awkward look that they keep showing her, just standing off, like side looking over her, standing on the beach, and she has a pistol in her hand.
Yeah.
But they're talking in conversation like they're right next to each other. He's like down the beach.
Yeah, they're definitely like 30 yards away.
She's like, she's like, that shouldn't belong in anyone's hands. Like, talking normal. And Vin Diesel just walked out of the ocean. She's all the way down the beach. Yeah. He just sees
and he's not out of breath at all, you know.
No, he just had a, crazy motorcycle chase through the fucking jungle, all that, swam back. So, yeah, she's standing there.
And we find out she knows Gibbons.
Yeah.
And she's first of many now after this point.
Everybody
knows
the whole
Gibbons.
Movie's about
She's
Gibbons.
like, we're all XXX.
Everybody knows Gibbons.
Hey, by the way,
because they were all XXX. Donnie Yen was XXX. I know. Mohawk Tourette's was XXX.
But they murdered everybody
Michael
in that
Bisping
room in the beginning.
XXX. You know why?
Why?
That's why XXX.
Yeah.
But I'm like, because once I found that out, I was like, so you let them murder everybody in that room? Like, what the fuck?
Yes. Yes.
That's why.
So that's why XXX.
So they're going after a XXX member who stole the thing, and they're supposed to go kill him, but then he ended up back on the team. They're like, hey, you just stole that thing and tried to kill like everybody on the planet, basically, and just murder everyone. Let me get that Pandora's box. Hey, welcome back to the team, XXX and fucking Yen. You're back on. Let's go. Let's get out there and get this crazy lady who really wanted it. It's like, what?
Oh, that's way later.
Yeah, but how? Why did they bring him back on?
I don't know.
Because he's Donnie Yen.
So yeah, they find out that they just get the prototype. Of course, they didn't get the real one. And then Vin Diesel, he starts looking at like old footy from the first scene.
Oh my god!
And then he just all of a sudden knows that there's some guy in the back who didn't flinch when Donnie Yen came bursting through the window.
It's absolutely obvious because everybody else flinched and they jumped out of the chairs and jumped on the floor, and this guy is just sitting in his chair, just like, "What's up?"
I mean, the first thing I would think of is he set it up. You know what I mean? He got it.
I don't understand why it took it all the way to the level of needing XXX to discover that man is acting somewhat suspicious.
For real.
Normal local cop.
It's like, this is all the footage we have of the thing. We have nothing.
It's like,
why is he just sitting there? Oh, we didn't notice that. Didn't notice that? That's 30% of the screen.
Was it,
Oh, now it's like, okay, now it cuts and it's like the main, the babe that was at the gun that knows Gibbons now, and then Vin Diesel, and they're having like a tattoo show off. They're doing like, oh, this is from, he's like, this is from this, and this, and then he shows like a fucking his nipple.
I thought it was a third nipple on the side of
his
his
it looks so disgusting.
Because he turns like this, and it's like a weird brown, like,
it looks like it's gonna fall off.
Yeah. With like a nice like sun thing around it.
Yeah,
he's like, yeah, I know, we've all had our embarrassing moments. Like, you have weird, about that sexy one on your side.
Oh yeah, when he says that, it's so weird.
And she's like, oh, this one, the phoenix rising from the fire. Yep. Yeah, drank my own body weight in tequila, but she's like Indian, so she
the way
funny.
they're talking, it's like so
and
dumb.
She's like, yeah, it just doesn't sound right. She's like, I drank my body weight in tequila just to get through that one.
It sounds
but it was
like
the most
writing.
worth it. It's like, awesome,
cool?
Awesome story.
Do you think you're cool?
So dumb.
Do you think
that's when
cool?
He pulled out his nip.
Yeah, he pulled his fucking nip out. Okay.
So after this part, actually, in my notes, I must confess, I don't know how long I passed out for, but I snoozed out for a little bit.
No, that's all I'm down.
So I wasn't even like comfortable. I was like in the upright position. I literally passed out.
It's that bad. So okay, well the next part I have is like they're in the van now, and like the Ruby Rose, she meets like the other chick that we find out meets Gibbons, the Indian one. And like they're like, she's like trying to like, oh, you're a basic bitch. She's giving her that classic
she
like fucking
called her a basic bitch.
Yeah. But then like 2 seconds, she's like sizing her up and shit. And like 2 seconds later, she like hands her gun and is like, I got you. It's like
so everybody needs to have someone's back.
Yeah, and it's like, what was it? That was quick.
Everybody needs backup.
Usually it's like a little progression. Like you meet the chick, they don't like her, and then later on, a couple scenes later, like, this is all in one scene. You grilled her, you fucking was straight with her, and 2 seconds later, it was like
mind games.
Yeah,
that's what it was. They were playing mind games.
But usually it's like progressed through the story. But
like
now
a fight scene happens and like someone like
it was like fucking like forced. It was like really forced.
So bad.
So then now there's like a fucking gridlock showdown, right? There's really bad traffic.
Everybody can tell the future apparently in this part.
Why?
Because they're just running and flipping off the fucking side of the highway and just hoping there's a fucking semi-truck coming.
Oh my god, I know.
Everybody does, and then like people are jumping out on cars and shit. Like, how do you know there's a car gonna be?
Bro, hold on.
The whole fucking scene.
How do you even fucking train for that Frogger ass situation?
The whole scene is literally.
I want to. Exactly. First off, that. So yeah, Donnie Yen jumps off. And then, but Vin Diesel goes to chase him. But before he does, he has to fight a guy. He has to defeat him, and then he uses that guy as a ramp to get to a semi truck. So he jumps off his chest and he front flips onto a semi, which he did not know was there or check because he was busy fighting him for at least 30 seconds to a minute.
His peripherals are fucking
he flipped off and then he's like in air and they don't show a truck and then it goes like perfectly right underneath like
and then but then like so he looks forward and he jumps like he looks over and down the end's like a couple trucks ahead of him but he just had to fight a guy to get down there.
Build him as a ramp.
He had to build him as a ramp because he's fighting for a minute. He's fucking
gone. It was a normal cement guardrail. I'm pretty sure Vin Diesel could jump over a 3-foot fucking guardrail. He didn't have to put Michael Bisping there and run up his chest.
And then how many semis are on the road at one time? They're airing from semi to fucking semi. It just doesn't make any fucking sense.
Maybe there's a port nearby.
You're in the industrial part of town?
There's a port
under
nearby.
The highway. Maybe under the highway is like, warehouses and shit.
Port of nothing in this movie makes sense.
And they run like 80 miles per hour. Nothing makes sense.
They're jumping out of the way of cars and they know when shit's happening before it happens. Everybody in that whole scene up top, they're fighting and like they know shit's happening the whole time. Like, dude, people can tell the future apparently.
And then they fucking get hit by cars. And then they look at each other and they fucking start laughing like they want to fuck each other. Like it's just now they love each other. After that fucking oh my god, now we jump through some semis. Now we get hit by a car. Like we're an even match. So you know what I'm saying? Like now they're cool. Now they got each other's respect. Like that's how it works in these type of movies. Like. You show them that you fucking can fight, or like that you're a badass. Like
you can get down.
Yeah, right. Real recognize real dog. Yeah. I saw you jumping them motherfucking semis.
Bro, are you XXX?
Yeah, XXX.
I'm XXX too.
XXX.
Shit.
And then at this time, like someone's trying to launch a satellite to kill somebody, right? Like some guy has the Pandora's box and he's trying to use it as a weapon. Like, couldn't there be so many other weapons you could use before getting a satellite and fucking making it crash and kill somebody?
Hey, there's a satellite in fucking space. It's coming down for a certain spot. Hey, it's gonna land here. Get the fuck out of the way.
I'm sure that's what Pandora's box does. It sets that trajectory of where you want it to land.
So then the military can be like, the radar.
I guess they can blame it on like, oops.
Satellite's coming right down. It's gonna land right in California.
This is the part that makes me really not like the guy from Game of Thrones. Cause then, so he's driving, right? He's driving and he has the fucking DJ and the shotgun, and the psychopath is like, I got an idea. And what his idea is to fucking air and jump and crash. And what the fucking guy does is he puts a mouthpiece in his mouth. But he doesn't even give a fuck about the guy in the passenger seat. He's got a mouthpiece at least. And he's like, the other guy's trying to stop him, but he just doesn't care. And he just flies and they fucking crash and it's fucking all this shit. And then they get out and it's like, DJ has like one scratch on him and shit. Like,
flip the band.
I'm good at caution.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck, though? Like, thanks for consideration, you motherfucker. Like, what the fuck? I don't want to crash.
And XXX is like behind him, is like, "See, I told you his skills would come in handy."
Like, what?
Fucking retarded.
Okay, so this is when now they're running up like the classic one where they're running up like a bunch of like a stairwell and you can see it down like it's just a fucking stairwell. And then the one of those fucking army guys is looking up and he's like, he's shooting down at Vin Diesel and Dunya and he's like, oh, it's like shooting fish in a barrel. Who are you talking to?
One guy.
No one's there. No, they're all down there. Like, what the fuck? Why are you? No, it's like, what the fuck? Oh my god. And then they make it. Okay, so what they do is like they'll like keep popping their heads out or popping their arms out, and then making the guy run out of bullets. And then they're like counting on the way up. And then like Donnie Yen's making him lose his bullets, and Vin Diesel is running up, and then he fucking like knocks the guy out. And then once he knocks the guy out, Vin Diesel just goes empty. You're talking to a dead person. Like, who the fuck are you talking to? And this is first time. Now, it's like it happens 4 more times, I think, in this movie where people talk to dead people or people that aren't there. It's like, what the fuck is the matter with you?
You don't talk to dead people?
No.
I do.
Okay, so then now they find. Okay, so they get back up to the guy with Pandora's box. It was whatever. He's like sweating. He's got the heat turned up. And then they get into then they get into like a super long classic villain monologue, you know, while the fucking Ruby Rose is like trying to snipe, you know, and it's not working. So, but thank God this dude has just been fucking going off on a speech this whole time, because it's giving her a perfect amount of time to go and try to find different angles.
She's trying to find him through the window, but she can't seem to get a good shot. And then she goes to infrared, but he's got these heat lamps that are literally just fucking heating up the entire surrounding area to where she can't see a thing. So Diesel notices this, and he backs up towards the window where she gets her shot, and he's got his hands up on his head, and in a looking kind of like with his pinky kind of at a right angle and his other hand and his hand open.
Fingers up.
He's got three fingers up, essentially. And he's walking backwards and backwards, further and further, and he gets past where the heat lamps are facing. And all of a sudden, his body image comes up within her infrared. And he's talking to him, and the whole read between the lines thing comes back full circle with this, where he's got his hands up. He puts down his middle finger, and he literally has the space between his index and his ring, just that tiny little opening on his head. And she takes the shot and she shoots him in the face through the finger. It didn't singe him. It didn't burn him. It didn't touch him. Nothing. He's completely fine. It didn't fucking hurt his ear. His only complaint was, that. And dude got fucking shot in the face. Sniper rifle.
What I don't get was she moved her position to right at one point. Remember, she at the beginning she
was at one window and then she went to another.
So how did Vin Diesel even know where her trajectory is, where to aim her the fingers? Like she moved
just to get to that side of the building.
So it's like but you're from here. You look to the left or to the right. You ain't gonna.
It's
a completely different angle. It's like
even if he was to the left or to the right.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
his back would have to have been exactly parallel to the window.
He would have to be like do that, and then she'd be like, okay, he can't really move around because he's in there. So then she'd have to position herself.
So fucking stupid.
Lord have mercy, that was bad. That dude's dead. They got Pandora's box. Game over. They win. Crazy looking boss lady comes in.
Yeah, 1 second after.
Yeah, immediately. Okay, job. It was some sort of simulation test. It's like, all right, congratulations.
It's like Men in Black after they do that fucking shooting scene. You have to open the door as soon as lights go on. Good job, guys. Fucking that shit.
That'd be a good one to do.
Which one?
Men in Black. That'd be a really good one to do. So yeah, she comes in and she's still arresting Donnie Yen.
Yeah.
And XXX is like, why? You got your bad guy right there. He's dead. She's like, well, a dead terrorist is not as good as an alive one. So we're going to frame this dude and say that it was all his idea and he was crashing all the satellites and we're just going to arrest him. So they put him into cuffs and they take him over to their fucking, their plane base or whatever. They get inside. She gets a phone call. She steps it to the side in front of the camera with this puzzled look on her face, and
Vin Diesel is there.
He automatically knows what's kind of happen, and she puts the phone down. She turns around and boom, puts the gun up to him.
She has to kill him.
No, she has to get rid of. Yeah, for sure. Got to get rid of him now. No fucking traces. XXX division has been shut down, and they all have to die. So she pops him in the chest 5-6 times.
And even the fucking stupid girl, the kumquat girl, has to get killed. It's like, damn, no wonder now I'm like, maybe now that's why she's so stupid. Because it's they just wanted to get rid of her, so that's why they gave her that fucking clearance.
So obviously he's not dead, and that whole jacket thing from.
Did you even say that you shot or shoot him?
Yeah, I said popped him 6 times.
Oh, Vin Diesel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Wearing that super stretchy
so she shoots him, and it's and then it cuts to next, and it's everyone's gone, and then he wakes up because he had the bulletproof vest on, but you were just letting that corpse just lay there if you thought it was dead. And two, there would be a puddle of blood there. Do you not know what a dead person looks like? You shot him 6 times, there's no blood. What the fuck do you think happened? You know what I'm saying? There'd be blood everywhere. And even if there was, you're just going to let a rotting corpse lay there?
Yeah, they didn't throw out the body of the plane.
What the fuck?
They killed him while they were still on the ground. And then they're like, all right, close the hatch, keep him on the plane, and let's fly off. We'll keep the body.
Not even hey, one of you fucking privates go move his body over and put it in a closet or something.
Yeah,
hold on. Oh, fuck. There's another time where, she shoots Vin Diesel, and then she goes down, and she gets one more quip off, and it's you're talking to a dead person. There's another thing, she says another...
They talk to dead people.
Yeah, I know. She says...
they're gonna hear.
Yeah, it's she's fucking dead. So he had body armor on, and he wakes up in the exact same spot. You know what I mean? So they let that corpse ride. And then Donnie Yen does, oh, hold on.
He does crazy karate hands.
Yeah, the Power Ranger style, where every move is so every time he moves, it's just so swift it cuts through the fucking air.
I don't understand the purpose of moving your hands like this, so he can't see your hands.
Tactical.
I really don't understand.
Very tactical.
Yeah, he brings out karate hands.
So then it cuts to the woman in the control room, the main villain, and then cue the badass music. Vin Diesel storms in and is just kicking ass. You know what I'm saying? Homie has the fucking hands on, the fucking
Anthony Gonzalez comes back, yeah.
And then for some reason Vin Diesel still whoops him. This guy's a fucking bitch. But then Donnie Yen starts whooping everybody, and then he fucking whoops everybody. Oh yeah, and then at one point he punches and then holds it and then just acts so tense it looks like he's gonna fucking have an aneurysm. Like he just, you know what I mean? Like
Goku
super
trying
ninja.
to power out for something.
Yeah, it's fucking insane.
And then it cuts back to XXX still fighting Anthony Gonzalez, and so he throws him. The co-pilot's gonna get up and try to help. He's got a gun.
Do you hear what the like? It's like a sound bite. Like when the fucking when the pilot gets up, it's like you can tell it was like a punched in sound bite. He's like, oh hey. Like it's like I don't know, fuck. I wish you could have heard it. It's just so bad. He's like, like he turns around saying like, hey. Like it's so fucking stupid.
So he throws Anthony Gonzalez into a dude, which hits the co-pilot, who then fucking shoots the pilot in a whole weird fucking chain of events.
It does the classic thing where he's just dead lands on the steering wheel. Now it's going down.
Yeah, I put a whole thing. I was like, yeah, of course. Any movie where people are fighting and have guns in an airplane, the co-pilot always comes out to fight or to see what's going on. Then they end up fucking wrestling over the gun, shooting it. It always hits the pilot. The pilot always falls into the fuck. What happened in
going down?
What did we watch?
Took a nosedive.
What was the other movie we watched that happened in? Rampage.
Oh,
remember?
Yeah.
Same thing happened. Pilot gets shot. Plane goes straight nosedive. Takes 4 fucking hours for the plane to nosedive.
The Mummy.
Before nosedive into the ground. How many planes if they're going straight down at full speed? They're gonna be there so
zero
fast.
gravity.
Bro, thank you. That was the next thing I wanted to get.
Gravity
This plane, this plane is going so fast. Yeah, they start getting in zero gravity, but this is not how zero gravity works. Zero gravity,
you have to go to the top
of the atmosphere. Yeah, it's like
you go up and you peak.
If you're going straight down, you'd be sucked to the back.
You just go to the back.
Yeah, like you're
they're
floating
in the air. He's putting oxygen tanks on people. They're
how the fuck did you ask one question? Type into Google.
Science!
They're acting like it's a fucking Inception scene. They're floating around. They're fucking doing. And it's like that's not how this works.
I'm literally even typed. I wrote that and I'm like, how long have they been? Like that's not how zero gravity works.
Yes,
you have to
exactly
go as high as you can and then peak in the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Come back down, and when you get to that part,
at perfect time.
That's your weightless. That's when you're weightless at the peak, and then you come back down. Not full speed. Flying straight at the ground, which also takes 30 minutes apparently for a plane to fly into the ground.
Bro, this plane takes forever to fucking fly down.
And he still pulls up and he doesn't even hit the ground.
And while this is all happening, it cuts to
the stupid kumquat
girl and everybody else on the ground where they have Michael Bisping and fucking the chick.
It's all switching back and forth.
To kicking ass. Mohawk Tourette's guy, yeah. They're all prisoners, but no, they see now the government coming up, and they're like, oh shit, why are they heavily armed? This is supposed to be our escort. Oh no, they're coming after them. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, we're teammates now, and so they start handing each other guns. Everybody's all hunky-dory and shit like that, and they bust out, and then they just start killing off waves and waves of militia.
The kumquat girl, she shoots somebody and then she unloads like a whole clip and now she's like a murderer and she likes it.
And she thought it was cool. And then she threw a gun and it bounced on the floor and it went off and
she
shot
Jar
two
Jar
people.
Binks'd it.
Yeah, she did.
She's a fucking Jar Jar Binks, right? That's exactly that. Like
True
what
Lies.
the
Jar Jar
fuck?
I would touch.
True Lies.
I'd probably touch Jar Jar.
Yo, that movie too. In True Lies, that happens. She drops a Tech 9 down the stairs and it only shoots when it's rotating the barrel away from her. It goes.
I'm curious if they ever did like a MythBusters. Can a gun go off just by being dropped?
Certain guns has to be like really.
But then
really sensitive
maybe
triggers.
like a revolver or something.
Really sensitive trigger. Like really.
But then, so then the two girls, the two females, Ruby Rose and the other one, they're doing like fucking equilibrium moves, gun jitsu, down a fucking corridor. They're like going back to back, doing these choreographed moves. Like, what the fuck is going on? They're not getting shot. There's people they're in the middle of a room. Everyone else is behind pillars.
This is like some Matrix kind of Neo Trinity scene.
Have you?
They're in the middle of the room, no cover. But they're getting everybody one shot. It's like boom, boom. And then even the dark-skinned girl fucking turns around and shoots behind her back. Bam! She fucking knows the dude's there. Kills him.
Shot.
Then she turns around and does like an about face and gets on one knee and fucking pops another clip off. It's like, what in the fuck?
All right. So then it cuts
the part where fucking Michael Bisping launches the fucking... that kid, the fucking tweaker dude. He runs and Michael Bisping puts his hands down like... fucking interlaces his fingers, puts his hands down low,
launch him upwards.
And the little fucking bopping dude fucking runs at him. He throws him in the air, and this guy does a backflip up over a fucking live power line. He just goes karate chops it. It splits it in half and lands in the water and just electrocutes everybody.
Oh my god.
How?
He's got moves.
How did he karate chop him without
You know
dying?
why? That's
Triple
why
X.
XXX.
All right, okay, so then it's Vin Diesel and the guy, and they're like fighting in the plane's bathroom. It cuts to that, and then the homie with the gauntlets, and then he goes and he punches the fucking toilet out, which creates a vacuum.
massive hole.
But then it only like Vin Diesel's trying to push him out, and it like only affects this guy. So
And
he
they're
goes
in zero gravity still too. On
So
top of
so it creates the vacuum. Vin Diesel throws him out, and then
that. Shoves him. He has to
Yeah.
force him out.
yeah, and then the guy flies out, and then Vin Diesel does a one-liner. He flies out, and he goes, "That'll take 2 flushes." Who are you talking to? He's gone!
Yeah, and he's in zero gravity. How is he not sucked
He's
out of that hole?
gone! Nobody's there! And how are you
dead.
not flying out?
Everyone's dead
What
in the
hap-
plane.
The plane is still crashing down! What the fuck?
And the other guy already flew off the back. He launched the other shit. How
For
did
like
that
30
lady
minutes.
die, but the whole fucking SEAL team didn't die?
So dumb. Alright, so then it cuts to the boom! It's a huge explosion. Cue fucking Ice Cube. My fucking god, nice cameo. The cameo nobody wanted. Nobody asked.
They had to bring back the other XXX.
And of course, the fucking Ice Cube song was playing. And then and then Ice Cube goes, I was thinking, rock, paper, scissor, grenade launcher.
And
Fucking loser!
Everybody hyped. Everybody
Yeah, they
loved
loved him.
Bro, but did you notice? Grenade launchers don't blow up like that. That guy was literally shooting a grenade launcher and it was like fucking napalm in Vietnam. Like, dude, it was so... The whole place caught on fire off a little grenade launcher. Crazy, and then he got the rock paper scissors grenade launcher on there.
And then it cuts back to the plane still and
falling.
and
It's
then
been 10
still
minutes.
falling. No, I think it's leveled out now. Triple X got to the plane, yeah, and it's leveled out. And
that was
pulled
after
up,
what's his name rolled off the back with.
No, not after. No, not yet.
Oh,
so
then he pulls
she
up.
shoots.
Yeah.
So weird blonde bad lady
Jane.
shoots Donnie Yen in the stomach, and so he's on the
Again, no blood.
he's on the ramp. No, he's got blood.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, he had
he
blood.
fell on the ground. He's like, oh.
So he's like holding himself and shit like that, and he realizes that she's stepping over a couple of straps that's attached to this fucking
How
Ran the loop.
serendipitous.
This
Always
crate.
ran the loop.
Yeah.
this
Every
crate
time.
that's already on the track to be launched out of the fucking the back.
You can see this go on before in the movie.
Yeah, and so lo and behold, he hits the fucking release button, and she gets tangled up, and she gets dragged out of the plane. She's dead.
And then he gives her a one-liner.
He does.
Did you see what
She's gone! Who are you talking to?
Did you
It's like, it
see what
happens like
she fell?
consecutively.
So the parachute goes, the fucking pallet fucking launches out, and she just goes, oh, he yanks her foot, she just goes, lands, and just looks at him.
Yeah.
And then she goes,
The
flying.
dramatic effect.
I'm like, everything else went out in 2 seconds. Not even.
I literally wrote, "Why hasn't Blondie died yet?" I'm like, all right, she doesn't know she's dead, but at least she's gone.
Yeah, and then he one-liners her. I forgot what he said.
I don't remember what he said, but it's like, it's again like back to back to back,
Talking to
like
dead
talking to
people.
nobody.
Oh,
Not
it
even
was
there.
like, this one's gonna be your
It's just
last
for us,
trip
like-
or something.
Yeah.
Some shit.
Alright, so then what Vin Diesel's plan is, he's gonna crash the plane into the crashing satellite. So what he does is he goes and he puts it into the direction and he jumps out. And he unlocks all the cargo. And then but he jumps out and he just like knows everything will be okay for some reason. It's like he just jumps out, lands on the cargo, parachutes, and it's like,
Bro,
how?
The phone call when he gets
That's
to the,
why XXX.
when he gets to the
Like,
cockpit.
what?
Remember, he gets to the cockpit and then they call because the lady launched the fucking satellite, fell out, all that shit. So they're like, "Yeah, the satellite's coming. It's coming straight for us on the ground. Don't worry, I'll kamikaze it." No, that's suicide. That's what kamikaze means. You're gonna drive your plane into something and blow up and sacrifice yourself. No, don't. That's basically suicidal.
His last request is like, "This is about to be some cool shit, so make sure you're taping this."
Yeah.
And so he jumps out of the plane.
Yeah, so he lands
And
on the cargo.
He land like, okay, so this cargo has been falling down for a good 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah.
At that height, it only takes about 45 seconds to a minute to fucking hit the ground.
Yeah.
So, nice job in the physics there and the math.
Yo.
And he dives out of the plane, sees it, spots it, and just fucking curls his body up to where he can just glide over and land straight on it.
Yeah.
Oh, then it's all tied up.
But now it's all tied up
it's all
for the
fucked
parachute, and then he finally gets it loose.
Dude,
and
he hit the
boom.
ground so fucking
But what
hard.
if it gets an explosion almost?
So you got to think about
Yeah.
it. That whole squad before they launched out.
What was in that
That's
crate?
what happened
I
to
don't
them.
know.
But they were underneath of it. They were hanging from underneath. The lady, she's hanging from underneath when it hits the ground. XXX is on top, and it looked like a fucking.
Unless she pulled herself up, but that's highly
No, none of
doubtful.
them.
But then, okay,
That's probably what happened. She smashed on the floor, and then the crate just.
Dude, when
He killed it.
Fucking when Ice Cube XXX comes up, and they're like, fucking stat sheet thing pops up on the side of him, like all cartoony.
God, what does it say?
Did you see? Oh, I only remember
forgot.
one part, but it says on his stat sheet, has been waiting 9 years for someone to dial 9.
My God, was that how long the other movie was?
Yeah, it was like XXX 2005.
Yeah, and then the girl goes, and then Kumquat girl looks and she goes, "Oh my God, it's 2005 XXX."
Yeah, it's like
you don't call him by the year. It's like
loser.
what? Jesus.
But then, okay, so Vin Diesel is on the cargo. He lands extremely hard. It's like a fucking dust cloud. And then this is the second time where he was just falling from a plane randomly, and then his crew just pulls up in a car. How the fuck did you know where he was going to be?
Danny, whatever his name is, flew out a minute or two before, a couple minutes before.
And he's just there chilling.
And he was already in the car driving with him.
Didn't he get shot?
Yeah, he was dying on the back of the plane,
fuck?
parachutes out, and then is perfectly fine in the car again. They pick him up, they meet him there. It's like, didn't he just come out of that same
How did he survive?
Plane?
And then the song plays and it's so fucking cheesy. I forgot what it was. And then after that they all walk away all sentimental. You know what I mean? Like
This is the best part.
individual.
This is the only good part of this whole
What?
fucking movie. He lands, he comes out of the dust clouds, the fucking crate explodes, and they all meet him. He's like, "Please tell me you got that on film."
Oh my God!
And he's
Should've
like,
said
"Yeah, I got
he
it."
right here. He
Got a
goes,
little GoPro.
"Because you know how it is. If there ain't no video, it didn't happen."
Oh my God!
And I'm like, that's the only good part. It's like, it's like, there's no funny. It didn't
Yeah,
happen.
it's
like,
true.
No, sorry.
It's
I'm like,
true.
that's the only real thing anybody said this whole time.
So he comes up. He's got the Pandora's box in his hand. Donnie Yen hands it to him, and she's like looking at him, the chick, and then he drops on the ground and he smashes it. Instantly, everybody's like, "All right, my job's done. I'm out."
Yeah.
And they just literally they
that thing
all
made?
turn around. They
That's
all
the-
turn around. And they're like, "Okay, I'm out. Peace."
Like,
And
how
they
do you know
just
that was
leave.
the last one? The
Yeah.
last one's a prototype. Now this
Yeah.
one, how do you know this one? And on top of that, how's that thing made? It's like the most sophisticated piece of
It's
technology.
like
in the world.
Legos. Yeah.
He stomped on it and just went. It literally was like made of Legos. It literally just crumbled into little blocks.
Yeah,
That was it.
it was just to prove how strong he is.
Yeah. But no, so then yeah, everybody. The
got
music
nipple
is
tattoo.
cheesy, and then everyone starts doing that classic. They walk away. You know, they're all going their separate ways, and then the fucking weird guy, he gives one more, and then a pop lock on the way out. Like,
Mohawk.
who the fuck wrote this guy? It's
Why
so
was he a
fucking
XXX
dumb.
before?
And then Vin Diesel makes out with the babe, of course, and then Ice Cube comes up, and he's like,
Pulls up in his old
yeah,
car.
pulls up in his old car, but he's late for some reason. Like, wasn't he just with everybody? What the fuck?
You met.
He had to
you
put away
saved
his
it.
grenade launcher.
Yeah.
But he
just
pulls
put
up
those
in
losers.
he pulls up in the whip from the first XXX, and it's still exactly the same how he left it. Like the top's off of it, the 2 headlights are missing because he shot the missiles out at the front lights.
I remember. And they're both losers.
So he brought it in. He's like, "Oh, you know what he said?" He's like, "Yeah, they told me the NSA or whatever the fuck he worked for, or the CIA. He's like, told me to keep, like, yeah, hold it. Where were they? They're in another country. They're in another country. How'd you just pull up with his whip?
I know. It's like, did you pay? Like, what the fuck?
You
where
just
was
wait
it?
and you just had it on standby.
Just
and
in
everything?
case I'm gonna bring this car. You know, those are
In case
taking a lot of
Today
time.
might be the
Logistics.
day I meet the other XXX.
He was
for the
supposed to
first
leave
time.
last
He
week,
died.
but he had to fucking get his
He
car.
died 10 years ago, but
Cat.
hopefully
Yeah.
I meet him one day. So now he's like, yeah, they told me to keep care of it, keep track of it. Like,
And
all that.
when I know, I don't know. And I guess I know.
Yeah,
Yeah, like-
dude, come on.
And then like
Jesus.
one of them say they're talking, they're both fucking lame, and then one of them's like, "Oh yeah, you pissed on the wrong damn picnic."
Yeah.
Like, what
He's
the
like, the whole
fuck
world's gonna
kind
be
of-
coming after us. He's like,
Yeah.
all right,
I can't imagine like they're all sitting in like the writing room and be like, and they're just like
triple.
they're
Vin Diesel,
spitballing ideas
Ice
for lines and stuff like
Yeah.
that. They throw that out and they're like, "Man, that's some deep shit."
Yeah. No, this is the
When I
type of
know,
shit that.
when I know, I'll know, and I know.
Yeah.
Damn, that's some hard shit
That's
right
some
there.
hard
This is-
right,
So
dog.
This is the type of shit that they're in the writing room and like somebody says it that maybe that everyone just
A
says
higher
yes
power,
to.
it's a
Yeah,
higher
and
power
it's
that
like,
they can't
oh
say
my
no.
god, yeah, that's
That
fucking
sounds
good
good.
idea. It's so good.
You
It's
know,
so
put that in the
good.
movie.
Fucking so dumb. So then it cuts and we're at fucking Gibbons' funeral, and it's like I was wondering how long has this passed? Like usually
days.
they have to do
That
this
was
is
a
all
day.
in 2
That was like a
days.
day.
I don't know.
That was like a day.
This whole movie was in one
They
day.
couldn't because he flew to London, then he flew
Yeah.
to the Philippines, and then he flew to
Because the funeral you usually have to do like 2-3 days right after, right?
another spot.
There was nighttime once, I think.
Sometimes
What?
they do it like 5
There
days.
was at
after.
least once, at least.
I
No,
think
they had
so.
2 parties. There was one party.
In the Philippines.
Oh wait, it went and then it turned into daytime when
Yeah,
they were
the
surfing
motorcycles,
in the
yeah.
motorcycle. But I don't know. But it's like I was like, what the fuck? And then everybody's there vibing and shit. And then and then it cuts to the balcony and Vin Diesel has read a lot of Huck Finn, so he's up there fucking chilling by himself. And then Sam Jackson who's read a lot of Huck Finn too. Because they've faked their own death. So he's up there and they're fucking just chilling there like.
How many churches do you know have those top sections all the way in the
back? I know.
back?
And Vin Diesel's up there trying to be like this cool dude, like sitting by himself, like
watching.
The fuck? I don't want to be. Is he that cool? Like, is this
you can't
cool?
Say it's your friend.
I know. Like,
everybody else is there chilling. The people that fucking haven't been around in a long ass time. You're up there chilling in the fucking cut.
And Vin Diesel doesn't even trip when he sees him.
And why does... Because he knew
he
knew he wasn't dead the whole time.
Yeah, he's
you know why?
You weren't dead the
How did he know?
whole time.
Triple X, that's why.
Yes. So...
But why does fucking Gibbons have a fucking tinted lens on his fucking glasses?
So
I thought he was making him look like...
No.
Literally, it's a clear lens and a black lens.
And
he's like...
weird.
I'm like, is he like trying to be fucking... What's his name from The Shield?
But wait, who? Okay, so let me ask this then. So then that satellite in the beginning with the Sam Jackson, the soccer kid, which we've learned now with our live.
Too, yeah.
How did they escape that?
No, but what was that?
The satellite.
But did it actually fall and explode?
Yeah, but they didn't actually die.
Oh, okay.
They're inside the building. They're probably.
I thought it was like a whole fake
he knew.
thing.
He set it all up.
Oh, so fucking
but it had to do it.
So it was all for him to work again, and thank God this movie's over.
And lo and behold, though, Neymar's still alive.
And he's like, "See you later."
Oh, he's like later X.
Later X.
He's like later X. He's like, you're a fucking loser.
Go back to flopping and not winning because, like, what the fuck?
No, your acting skills are like your flopping skills. It's obvious.
Your reason you filmed this movie before 2017, then the World Cup came 2018, and you were fucking sorry as shit. No, but then they start panning around. They show all the people before they show Sam Jackson. The girls, all three of them, are looking like babes, by the way.
Yeah.
And they show
so his smash count could have been 9, but it ended up at 7.
Yeah, the other girl, the crazy gun girl, she was babe. Ruby Rose is obviously babe, and then the other one. Then it fucking shows them all chilling. It's like, oh, happy days. They're all singing like gospel and everything. They go to Michael Bisping. He's like, he's trying to like bob his head, but he can't. He's just like. Making a stupid face, my God, he's...
Anything else?
No, I want to be done with this
movie is done,
movie.
Thank God. I've seen this movie 3 times.
I feel bad.
I saw it, because again, just like the other movie, I watched it, it was so bad, I had to watch it with Pote, and then I had to watch it for this. So thank God it's done. It's fucking done. So let's give our fucking ratings.
Oh
right?
My God.
Bobby, what are you thinking? What do you got?
2.
Yeah,
2?
Yeah, 2. 1.5. 1.
Just because I'm entertained at how bad it is, I'm gonna give it a 4.
Oh,
yeah.
Shit.
Just because it's so bad. You know what I mean? Like, it's so fucking bad.
Damn.
Yeah.
That didn't shoot high this time.
Like a Tommy Wiseau.
Almost, yeah. No,
I did not.
I did not. That movie's too bad. I couldn't even finish it.
I couldn't do
so
the
bad.
original.
I never
No
watched
way.
it. I don't think I watched the whole thing.
But-
The original is god awful.
It's bad. But alright, should we get the fuck out of here?
Alright, get the fuck out of you guys. Yeah, that was it.
I don't. Yeah, ending it. I don't know. It's fucking weird. But alright, I guess we're out. Alright, peace.
We're out like
nice
the movie.
Nice movie.
Can't fuck.